ask.
I don't talk to you about anything.
Why could I hear you? Why were you coming through there?
I got a
you're
second
muted now.
in. No, I don't talk to you about anything off cast. Now people don't know that. You know, we haven't hung out in all of us. We haven't all hung out in years. We haven't talked in years. It's all just contractually obligated when we film movies. That's it. It's just we come here, we talk, and that's it. No private chats, no nothing. Anything we show you guys online, it's just AI. It's just to make you guys think that we're friends. So when you're listening, you're like, oh yeah, it's like a couple group of friends. But it's like the Beatles, man. We're ready to break up any fucking day. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a big explosion.
Was that a thing in the end of the Beatles? I don't know much about the Beatles, like beyond like what most people know about. I guess.
Before I look it up, well, two things. Obviously, I guess I'm still the Canadian Nightmare from the gimmick. Tresnell. I'm joined by.
I'm the instructor, Kirklin Patzer.
Yes, and this is Weekly Geek, but it's our stream of consciousness, Perk Boys Weekly Geek, where we're at the end. Fuck, we gotta talk about Euphoria. What waste my life? 2026. Yeah, those contracts again, man. We signed the second we had to Spreaker. We signed some ironclad contracts, but fuck, man, what a waste of my life. But we'll talk about that. That might be our shortest review yet. But that's why we do this now, because at the top we're just gonna shoot the shit for a little bit. I got some fun videos to show, Kirkland. We're gonna get to the topic we did last.
Dwayne Johnson.
I don't have anything rock yet, but I guarantee you, I could search Dwayne Johnson on Twitter and something's gonna come up. We're gonna do that. Maybe we should do that every week. See what like is the next until he appears on the show, man. Until he appears on the show. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about some Star Wars news because Star Wars just keeps coming. There's rumors. John Boyega that we kicked last week. There's more Anakin rumors, which I want to talk about because I have a bone to pick with Taylor Field because he's just like.
Though.
I listen to your Weekly Geek, and that's where I was like, the things he was like, I was like, no, it's not this. He's like, oh, I think it's this, and I explain, blah blah blah, it's not this, okay, but I think it's this, and I go, no, like literally, this is the thing. Even today, he's like, I'm like, well, you didn't talk about this. He's like, well, I just don't talk about the things I don't want to happen. I'm like, well, that's we cover the news, we don't report the news. We're gonna talk about that.
We filter the news. Apparently, we filter out whatever we want 100%. The message to be.
I got some DC rumors going on, maybe what we've been watching. We'll see if Kirkland's watched anything since last week with Geek, and then Euphoria. So it's just going to be a bunch of things. But for the first little bit here, we just kind of shoot the shit and talk about random stuff because people have been liking that the last few casts we've done that. So what I want to say before we get to everything, because you asked me how my weekend was, and video games, we'll get there because, again, we don't talk on offline. But I'm going to assume the Beatles, before I search it up. Obviously, I don't think there's been any official thing. I'm sure, again, the movie, which, Hansi, I can't wait, a couple of years from now. Remember, me and Hansi have a pizza bet that I bet that every Beatles movie would release in theaters, and she bet it wouldn't. But what I think put my odds up is they're planning on releasing all those movies in one day. So I think I'm looking really good because I could see something where, let's say they release one movie
in one day.
Yeah, all 4 movies one day. 1 week, or
and they would all be in different screenings, is what you're saying. Like in your pitch, there would all be the movies.
What do you mean in my pitch?
Weren't you like they have to all be released in theaters?
Yeah, in theaters. Yeah, theatrically at least. And Hansi said no.
Push all 4 movies
same day.
That Ringo movie, man, is gonna bomb. Do you think people are gonna go see that?
I think so. I think the reason though it's smart on the same day is because there's freaks like me. I legitimately will take the day off of work and I'll go see all 4 back to back to back because I think that'd be a very fun experience. I think the Ringo movie does better that way of let's make an event of it, go see it versus like boom 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 and then the Ringo movie that's in a couple months. I can skip that one. What's happening? Oh my God, Jennifer Crowley, how are you going to get back into your house? Now, this is something that in 12 minutes from now, I'm going to get murdered, and this is the start of a horror movie. Jennifer Crowley, I'm going to steal that from you. I'm going to use that for a horror movie. Luckily, we're both in our houses right now, so we're good to go there. But let me get rid of that. I can't get rid of it. Are you trying to get rid of it? That's why we were blocking each other.
No, I was just scared.
Because I'm taking it Shay's working right now?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I got all the time in the world. So yeah, maybe she's coming for you. How are you gonna get back in your house? And then
that's something Ghostface my locks are on.
Yeah, you should. I got kids. It's always locked. We're all over the place. I usually am fine, but after I watched it was last year that John Benet Ramsey, the Netflix documentary, and one of the theories. You know who that was, right?
No.
She was a very famous child actress model, and then she went missing and died, and they never found her. They never found her at all. Or maybe they found her remains, but they didn't find who did it. And it's still an open case and whatnot. And they did a Netflix doc, all that stuff. Nothing's happened.
I think Shay watched that one actually. What you said last year?
Yeah, I think last year it was. The second you see the picture of a girl, and it was very Facebook. Okay, that's the case, right? But one of the theories was because they were trying to think about how if a guy got it and how they would have done that. One of the theories was that like there was an open window because when they found it, I don't know how it was. The window wasn't open or something, but it was like this theory of the person gone there and maybe just sat in the basement for like days until they had their opportunity to like get them. So that as people have kids, I'm always making sure everything's fucking locked because you just think, okay, but that's the thing of like, imagine, yeah, someone's just hanging out. So Jennifer Crawley's just fucking hanging out in your basement right now. Kirklin's getting ready to snatch you.
I'm in a condo, so I don't have a basement. Luckily,
does the whole condo have a basement though? Is there something underneath?
There's a parkade below me.
She's in the parkade. She's gonna break through. Before I forget, and again, we don't actually hang out. We just do summer barbecues because we gotta have business meetings. But the next summer barbecue,
like mandated.
Yeah, they're mandated. Yeah, Dylan's like, it has to be this day. But this is no pressure on you. But I can't remember who. I think Logan was asking for you to bring Marco the next time, because on our box there, the Apple box, there's a picture of Marco sitting on Gwen at one of the mandated campings we went on together. And they're like, when we seeing Marco? And I'm like, it's not my fucking and then they're like, can you invite over? They're like, can you invite Marco? I'm like, it's not my dog, but I can invite Kirklin and let him
I'll drop him off. I'll just drop off my dog for the day for you to hang out.
So next barbecue you can bring him.
Yeah, we'll bring him.
You're not gonna bring it bug Izzy. Izzy's just waiting to die.
He just leaves other dogs alone. He's more of a human guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Izzy was the same, and now she's just more of a sneak food and pee on my floor, and oh my god, she's definitely clock's ticking there. Where are we? Okay, Beatles. I'm thinking, Beatles. But yeah, Pansy, suck it. You're gonna get owe me a pizza. I'll mention this here because my plan is I haven't streamlined it yet. As every week we're announcing or clarifying what the events are for GV Day is. I guess I can say this one here. I will say on the Mandalorian and Grogu one, we're going to announce one event as well, some specifics on it. Something very fun, something we've never done, which I can't believe we've never done before. But it's gonna be a good time. Maybe something Star Wars related, so that's a tease. But what we're gonna be doing, people might saw Pizza Palooza. They're like, what the fuck is that? What we're going to do is we're going to cash in on all the pizza bets. So everyone's going to be eating their pizzas. And then I think it would be good to go over while we're eating our pizzas, go over all the pizza bets that are currently like in the ranking and see how we feel about them. Little updates. Our Beatles one, me and Dylan's Alien versus Predator one. I know I have one with Fanboy Clay. So that's why we're going to go over all the bets and see, okay, what has changed, what's going on. And then we can eat some pizza. We got pizzas. I'm still probably going to share with the boys. I think
it's a rare thing for you. You're not normally a sharer.
Well,
has that changed since you've gained 5 children?
Yes and no. Like they're obviously after more of my stuff, but the reason it has not right now is because I am trying to cut LBs and tones. So that's why it's like, okay, I can share some food. It's the same thing. It's
tones?
Like what did you cut some LBs and tones.
Oh, LBs. Okay,
yeah, sorry. Since I've started this, I've lost about 10 pounds in the last 2 months. I've been working hard. Now I'm scared. I'm working out twice a day now. I'm doing that stuff now. So I go to the gym first thing in the morning.
How can you recover for that? Or I guess you're just targeting specific muscle groups.
Yeah.
That route.
Yeah. What do you mean? How else would I not do it?
That just seems like a lot.
Body? It does, but
if I exercise, it's a full body thing. But I'm not really at that stage where I'm like targeting specific groups to go after.
No,
so
I
have to space it out. I would have to do like Tuesday, Thursday, day on the weekend. That sort of thing.
Or if you keep going, eventually get the toleration. But yeah, I wake up at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Go to YMCA, and then right now, because Emily's at work, it'll change, or she's not at work. When she goes back to work, it'll change, and then I work out at 9:30 at home with a dumbbell, so that I can have like a protein shake.
Is that close to your place? No.
That's not
close to your house. Is it?
It's literally a less than 5-minute bike ride away.
Okay, is that the one like by the bike jumps? That one?
By the bike? Yes.
Okay. See, I'm picturing the one downtown Kelowna because they also have a YMCA there. So
not to be too specific where I live. How are you going to get back into your house?
I'm working with Jennifer Crowley. We're trying to dox you, get your address.
Where's that address again? Yeah. But yeah, so I've been doing that, and then I do the dumbbell workout, and I don't know. I'm just trying to like. Not catch up, but kind of catch up, and that's why I'm in the good routine. And plus, then if I miss a day, it's not as bad because I already did 2 workouts. So now I'm not because I'm getting in a new routine because Emily as well. Me and Taylor don't really go to the gym together. If we do, it would be again these are pre-mandated as well. Have to for filming purposes. But
is it the scheduling thing? Why you guys don't go together
Yeah,
as much
well,
anymore?
yes, because like it's easier for me to go at nighttime if Emma wants to go to gym or do stuff. But then also like I've said this before, and it's fine because it worked out. But like I like being on my own time, and I appreciate because he picks me up. But stuff like okay, you know, we're doing the gym after the podcast, and then he'll text me like, oh, I got to change. Why don't you just be in your gym clothes for like it's just he's just working on a short and tank top, like he can wear that for the cast. And then there was one time too, I think I already told someone's cast, but it was just me and him with the boys. So I thought, because most of the time we gotta go like 10, and like I try to be to bed by 12:30, and if it's later than that I'm getting a little annoyed because it screws up some of my dietary stuff. So at this point it's just me and him, one cast on Wednesday, the boys, which boys at tops will be an hour. So I'm like, we could be at the gym like 9:30. This is gonna be great. I'll say even 9:30. And then, of course, we're doing this, and I'm like sitting there waiting. It's 10 p.m. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm just uploading the episode. I'm like, well, you could do that after. He's like, I'll just be too tired. So I'm like,
this guy.
All right. So that, but again, I can't say anything, right? Because he's the driver. He's picking me up, and I still would want to go with them, but it's also just with our schedules right now, like Geek First, we have so many like doubles coming up, or like big podcasts like Mandalore and Grogu. That's going to be late, right, or stuff like that. So that's why it was better in the earlier, like in the end of winter, early spring, but now with summer and so many casts, all of them are starting to go later, and that's where it's like, okay, especially too because you don't want to like cut the cast short, but it's like, we're seeing 10:30. It's like, I gotta upload news. It's like, I ain't doing gym tonight, brother. Or if I do, then it's like, okay, I'm up till like 1:30, and so
plus like if you work out you're energized, or you find that you're able to sleep still, because I find it's like,
I'm up. I'm up. Yeah,
exactly.
Taylor says he crashes. I'm not. I'll get home. I'll probably need at least an hour cool down. I really do.
Yeah.
Like and that's the thing with that's different now. Me and Taylor weren't doing lots of cardio because he was trying to bulk up, and that's one thing that I think is probably good for us. Is I'm in a situation where I'm like bulking a little bit, but I'm doing like the bike. I'll do like my workout of like half the workout, then some cardio, finish the workout, then some more cardio. I couldn't do that with Taylor because he's trying to bulk, and the cardio would just it's still good for you, but it also just takes away, like you're killing some of the intake you're taking in. So we're on different paths there, but
I still for overall health though, right?
Yeah, I think there's still times too, like when the family's gone or whatnot, I still want to go because Planet Fitness is again a million times better than the YMCA. Fucking sucks, man. It sucks. All the material that was there too. There's one spot that had like a bunch of cardio stuff and it was gone. And I saw these machines. I'm like, it's great. It's fucking e-gym stuff that's for beginners or seniors, which it's like you scan it and it will do thing where it's like, let's say it's a U, like the shape U, and it'll be like, here's a starting point, a dot, and then the middle or the bottom is another dot, and then there's another dot on the top right. I probably explained that terribly, but the idea is it like helps you time when you're supposed to lift and go down, but it's really slow. I'm not saying that they have lots of seniors at YMCA. That's fine. I'm not shooting on them. I just was super excited, and I saw like, there's that. Like there's nothing for me. They don't have a single arms machine at the YMCA. It's just dumbbells. They have wires, but it's fucking brutal. It's the worst, but I do what I can. That's why they have a lot of cardio stuff. So that's why I'm focusing on that. So
interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, big news. I just got my gym membership.
Where did you finally go?
Anytime. The super expensive one. Yeah. Here's the tough thing though. Like you guys to Planet Fitness, it's great for where you are. There's like, it's so out of my way. Like, I'm not driving the opposite direction to home for me. Don't say mm-mm.
We said we could have picked a gym that was on the west side of Cologne so we could take turns going places. We said
go anytime. There's like 7 of them in town.
Well, but now
it's crazy expensive.
But that's why. And then we were like, I don't know. And you're like, no, it's not that expensive. And
there's a brand new one that opened up like literally right down the road from me, and it's en route for my like where I work.
That's good.
So it's brand new. I went there Saturday. So nice. It's the largest one in the Okanagan. Everything's brand new. It's just like good vibes in there. I like it.
Anytime's great.
It's expensive, but I'm investing in my own health, and that's what we're doing. So we'll have to update, how it's going, and then because I literally just went Saturday, and 1 hour. I'm gonna keep them short and sweet.
You're doing full bodies, you said?
Full bodies. Yeah. Yes, I do. I do like 5 minutes, like 10-degree incline, just to warm up the body, like on the treadmill, and then I just go do my full body thing, and then I end off with the same thing, 5 minutes, 10-degree incline, and I was in there. I think it was like an hour 15, but like still, that's pretty damn good. I'm gonna try and just hit it on the way home from work, and and do that way, and No, it's good.
Yeah, Kirkland's got about 4 to 5 years because he's supposed to be bulked up for something.
I was
but
telling Hidalgo about that because
if
we
you're
had a
not
birthday
ready, I'm
thing.
gonna be ready. You know.
I know that he was like, "Oh yeah, well, like what were you doing?" I'm like, "Well, you know, I have contracts basically,
Yeah,
performing for a role."
pre-date
So,
contract.
but
Yeah.
no, it's good. I'm happy with it. I don't feel like broken today. I feel like normally when I start
Yeah.
working out, I like go too hard, too fast, and I was really
Mm-hmm.
why I'm definitely switching some routines up. Like one of the ones I was doing, stiff-legged deadlift with a fucking barbell row combo. Too complicated.
Oh, you're doing the
for me.
deadlift, hey?
I wanna learn and do it properly, but it was just too many things to focus on. Like first
I gave
thing,
up on the deadlift. I've read some
Yeah.
things about how it can hurt the body, so that's where I
It very much can, which is like
Yes.
because I am introductory to getting back into it, I don't want to overdo it. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, let's just build a good foundation. But I felt like everything was worked, but at the end of the day, I was trying to do some like barbell squats. No, I'm not doing barbell squats. I'm doing goblet squats. I think. I think I'm gonna exchange because like my shoulders were just too like fucking sore from holding the barbell. But
yeah.
yeah, no, overall I was happy with it, and
That's good.
yeah, we'll definitely check back in the next couple of weeks once I
We will.
start adding some weights in here and there. But 3 days a week, that's the goal.
That's a good goal,
Tuesday,
yeah.
Thursday, 1 day on the weekend because our schedule is like so wild. Like sometimes weekends are
Are
just
you and
not.
Shay going together?
No,
Or you saying
Shay
you
goes
and
to like a different gym. She is
So
like
who's the we? Is it Hidalgo? You need to train that
We?
back. You literally, unless Kirkland's having a manic episode, you literally said, I guess you said we on the weekend, so maybe you were talking about what you guys do on the weekends, maybe.
No, I think I was trying to say weekends, but it just started by
Okay.
saying we. Like we weekends.
Okay,
So
I
I
see.
apologize.
That's fine.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then yeah, we some like one
Sorry,
day.
I just blew
on the
Kirkland's
weekend.
cover. If Shay's listening to this, he's talking about his other woman.
Yeah,
I
and
was saying weekends. The same one Taylor has. She's
yeah.
contractually
No, Shay goes
obligated.
to like a different gym that has like classes and
Yeah,
whatnot.
you've told me
She-
about that. Yeah. No, I hope at some. Well, I don't want to move from this location, but I would love to move closer to the Anytime again because even though it is expensive, I loved it. Even though my favorite one so far has been the Good Life one here, it was great. Other than when it rained, the roof leaked, so that was fucking dangerous. Yeah, I remember I showed you guys photos of the buckets they placed
Oh
around.
yes,
But it was 24/7, and it just what I liked about that too is anytime something would break, they'd be on it right away. Where even me and Taylor at Planet Fitness, there was one machine that was broken for like 3 weeks, and there's not like another machine. It's just an ab twister. I get it if there's two, because it's like okay, this broken, we gotta wait for that one. But this one, it's like, and they don't even have that many ab machines, so yeah, Anytime is a good place, and I love the 24 hours. That's why I'm home for YMCA. I'd love to be 24 hours, but
Yeah.
I gotta wake up at
That's-
fucking 5:30 a.m. So
I mean, anytime.
brutal. Yeah.
So you're perfect there.
It's just a
The
long
one-
bike ride my Anytime. It's by like
Sure.
I don't know, on the way to the no, not the airport, to Vernon, I think. So
Man, one thing I was trying to do though, I'm not ready for it. Fucking chin ups. I used to be so good at chin ups, but
yeah.
like, and like you could do assisted with bands and whatnot. That's too much setup for me. Like I just want it simple. But
you can
yeah,
start there though to get your form. I've been doing assistant because all they have is assistant. I have the weights very low, but I've been trying
Is
to
it a
get back
machine?
into it.
Or
It is a
using with
machine,
bands?
yeah. No, not bands, a machine. A machine where it's like you pick the weight and then you go down, and then if you're having troubles, they'll pick you back up. You're supposed to go. You're supposed to go the lowest amount. And I looked at my phone, but at first, because I'm like, oh, I'm a big lifter, I'm going 50. I'm like, this is really easy. It's like, yeah, because these 50-pound weights are pushing you up, you idiot. But no, I do that because I used to do them a lot, but I feel like I got a
Yeah.
bit too big, and now I'm getting back to them. That and chin ups and what is this one? What's the This is
dips.
chin ups, dips? Yeah, that's the other one
Yeah.
too. That's on there. I've been trying to
Dips are good.
achieve and get back to that, just because
Yeah.
it's good, like core and body strength. you know?
Totally. Yeah, it's just funny because like when I like high school when I played hockey and stuff, like I was working out then, but like going from then to now and just thinking like, oh, I can do chin ups. Like I used to crush these and just like
Yes. Yeah.
losing all my gas on like 3 and like, oh my God, like I don't even weigh that much that much more, I don't think. but just everything else,
It's
like the
just lack
core,
of
like all
doing that
stabilizers. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that's like I'll wait till we get to like when we do behind the scenes stuff, but that's why I really start working out. Like I was working out doing like 2 times a week, but for me it wasn't hard enough, and I was probably not eating the right too. Like I feel like I have a better diet right now, and I still do my cheat days, but I've tried to, like I talk about, not eat so much like over full. You slip every once in a while. Like last night Emily made some homemade pizza. That was I ate too much, but it's like it's just good, and it was the cheat day. But still, even on the cheat day, I try not to. But when we were on adrenochrome, when we had to go film and we had to walk up those hills, I was feeling it. I was like, and cardio used to be my thing. That's how I lost all my weight, was running on the treadmill like 1 to 2 hours a day. I was great at cardio. I was always like, oh, I'll fucking kill you guys in a race. But now when I was doing these heels, I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make, like, I was gonna make it up. I'm like, I'm struggling. I'm heavy breathing. So I'm like, okay. And that's where I want to get eventually lose some weight and then focus on the cardio again. Not to be running marathons, but just especially I got all the kids, but that's what made me feel as we had to walk up in high places to get away from people. And I was like, okay.
Man, I've never been good with cardio. Like even when I in my prime sports days, like my cardio was better, but like I was always way better at sprinting. Soccer was the more cardio sport that I played, but like I mostly played defense, so like I'm not really running all around. And then hockey is like quick bursts, so like I didn't really have a real big need for cardio. I don't really plan on, like, I'm really skinny, so like I don't really want to do a lot of cardio either to like just lose calories that way. But eventually I want to work myself up to be able to do like supersets, where you're basically going from like one set, and instead of a rest you go do a different exercise targeting a different muscle group. So like it's a good cardio workout because your heart is pumping. It's hard as fuck, but like great returns, right? And it's also, you cut the workout time in like half. So I'm not doing that now because I don't want to kill myself early. I'm really going to try and like do this maturely or smartly as an adult. So
yeah. Well, there you go. That's good. So the Beatles, I was going to say, I think
Beatles.
they broke up. I searched it, but I didn't read it yet. In my opinion, I thought they broke up anyways, Pizza Palooza, GV Day. I'll throw it out there. GV Day, August 8th, 10-hour stream. Don't know start time. It'll likely be 9 or 10 a.m. 10 hours.
We've got a banner now.
Yeah, look at the. We need to add more details, but that works for now. It's so little, but we're gonna go at least 10 hours. But if you guys join Patreon, subscribe to Patreon and up to your tier more, and then or send in super chats or do all of them, we'll have time increments of, if we get $5, we go this much longer, $10 this much longer, etc. We've done that the past couple of years. You guys did great for us last year. Again, not always expecting the same because we know last year was 10-year and a special. But if anything helps, those are what we use to kind of what we do is GV Day. We have goals and we do set our things and see what we can do, and then the sequel in Extra Life is November is when you kind of get our schedule for the year after, and that's what all those funds are. It is to support the extra shows like this, the extra reviews, side quests, Travis told you. If you guys like getting these episodes 4 to 5, all the Patreon stuff too, it supports that there, where we have so many exclusive episodes right now. It's I haven't counted. I know it's going to be over 60. I'm going to start saying over 60 episodes this year because we're just adding stuff. Like we had the Fight Club retrospective. I've done some just bonus episodes. So there's tons of episodes on there. You get those all ad free. But GV Day, Pizza Palooza, that is one event where, it's going to be us eating, but we're going to talk about pizza bets past, present, and maybe future. Maybe we'll see if anyone's bold enough. But that's where it came down to Kirklin is I could have 3 pizzas that day to cash in on. I do not want to eat all 3 pizzas. So I think I feel better as far as getting those pizzas and making Taylor and Dylan pay for them, but then still eating them together. So it's like I get the pizza, but I didn't have to pay for it, And I think there's some fun there. Now, will they do the same thing? I don't know. Maybe they will. Taylor was nice because I'm making a certain episode right now for people. You guys can probably figure this out. But Taylor didn't cash in his pizza bet with you and last. He said it was fine. He's not doing it. Nicer man than I am, But so this is us giving back. We share some pizza. I hope we can agree on some flavors. That's the tipping point for me, Kirkland. If Dylan and Taylor want some shitty ass flavors, I'm just saying, you guys can just pay for it, and I'll just eat my own pizza because I don't want no like Mediterranean olive shit. I don't want like a triple pizza or something. Like I'm fine just some classics.
Like would you take
hate olives? Olives and mushrooms are the devil, sinners.
I like both. Black olives I will only really do on pizza just because my family, like growing up, my family would always just get like the all dressed, like literally every topping on a pizza. And I hated it. So I used to pick off the olives and whatnot.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty egregious.
Jesus.
But now it's like, it's a good bang for your buck. You get everything on there. The pizza weighs like 40 pounds because there's like every topping on there. And I like it. I like the black olives there. That's the only thing I'll have black olives on. So I don't think I'm really like a fan of the olives themselves.
If you and Taylor can
but
agree
I tolerate
on that,
them.
then that can be your guys' pizza over there.
No,
you know, so.
no. Olives
No,
and
won't be?
mushrooms, like that sounds awful. Pizza,
Oh.
there's so many varieties. Like unless you're like Shay's famously, like she just gets cheese. Like
That's what I
she's
deal
like
with here. I
Yeah,
have to get individual pizzas if I want something like really special. Emily and all the girls just cheese or pepperoni. That's it. Maybe the occasional barbecue chicken. You know, like it's just.
And you don't do pineapple either, do you?
No, I do.
Oh, you
I
do.
love
Okay,
pineapple
there you go.
on pizza. Yeah,
We're cooking.
Hawaiian,
Let's go.
Yeah, Hawaiian pineapple for sure is a good one to go to.
Hell yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, that'll be a fun time. So GV Day, August 8th. Lots of good events, things we keep adding. So stay tuned. Like I said, every week you're gonna get a announcement or clarification on the event. I know some people are wondering about the wrestling match because they're always like every year they're like, oh, it gets announced before or someone's fighting. This one's a special one. There's something different this year. There's no fight. Like we're always fighting, but there's no one's being attacked right now. Nothing's happening. Stay tuned. I'm not sure when. I should have maybe announced on the Gimmick. That's bad of me. Gimmick. Me and Espos were on that yesterday, so check out that. I reviewed Obsession, which Kirklin, I have to ask. When I said you guys got to see Obsession, I was just like glazing this thing, and you're like, you hit me with the no, I don't think I will, Steve Rogers. Are you just being feisty in that morning? Or
I like
did
to
you have
be
no plans?
facetious, of course, with you and the other
Yeah,
boys.
you still
in the
haven't
chat.
fucking answered
That
my
also-
question about what is Eve. What is
You didn't
an
answer my
evening?
question. You didn't answer my question.
What was
I'm
the
like, do
question?
you want me there? Do you really want me there?
You know, I'm asking, are you free for that day? And then
Yeah,
you're
do
like,
you really
well,
want me there?
unless you're free in the evening. If it is a pain in the ass for your life to move it around, then no, that's fine. But if it's free enough to wiggle, and then you said the evening, and I said define the evening. Kirkland never answered me, and I sent him the definition. The evening is 5 to 9. I said, is this what you define as evening? He still never answered me, and this is for GV Day stuff. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. So he's delaying some of the filming of some things, you know.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I was also being extra difficult because you tried to get me this Saturday, which I knew I was 100% free for. Got my time off request and everything. Shay was working, so it was fine. Next weekend, Shay's not working, so I wanted to
That's
double
what I
check
mean.
before her. And then I got my answer, and then I'm like, okay, I'll ask Travis if he really wants me there. And then you just didn't answer clearly. So I'm like, I'm not fucking answering you if you don't answer me. I am in the clear. I can be there
Okay,
for
perfect.
next Saturday.
God
yes.
damn.
In the evening.
I've hit him with
between
like
5
10
and 9.
Matthew Reese gifts or whatnot. Where was that leading now? Where were we talking about? Oh fuck, we're talking about the evening.
Day,
GV
Pizza Palooza.
Pizza Palooza. Good job, you remember.
Happy
the
Victoria Day,
name.
by the way. Long weekend.
Oh, Obsession, because I said we were talking, yeah, because we still got the Beatles. We're gonna get there, and we still haven't talked about our weekends yet. But that's what the
we're not
show
even gonna
is.
get to Euphoria, and I'm
Yeah,
totally
we're not.
fine
We're
with
just
that.
gonna say, oh shit. And then people see the people that look for the cutout on the review feed like 13 seconds. It's gonna be like shorter than the Rousey Carano fight. Did you watch that at all?
No. Well, okay. I saw
You
the
can
fight
admit it, that's
because it was on like a short.
Yeah.
mean?
That. Oh,
you
I
mean
thought you
that
were
was
trying. I thought you were trying to like.
Not
Because I
spoil
feel like
it.
there's some people. No, Rousey destroyed this woman. I think there's some people that don't like to talk about watching MMA or UFC stuff because, like, maybe more UFC because they're very slanted in one direction now. So like, yeah, I kind of like. Because there's a lot of people that.
politically-
Yeah, so I thought you're kind of be like, I didn't support that organization, but it's like, no, it's
No,
'cause I like watching
have
it.
no
It's
issues
run by
with
Jake
people
Paul.
supporting that. Whatever. It's ran by Jake Paul.
MVP is the Netflix one. So Netflix is, I think they're trying to. The
Oh,
Netflix,
it wasn't a UFC fight. Is that what you mean?
Emily thought the same
Okay.
thing. No, it's an event on Netflix called MVP, and they have lots of other UFC people that retired or left because of money disputes. But that's ran by Jake Paul, and fuck the Paul
I see.
brother. So that's where for me,
I
like I
see,
watch
okay.
it, but like yeah, I'm giving this guy a download, which I even shouldn't have because the fight ended so quick. I could have watched on a short. I was so like, I like it was wild. I only watched 2 fights because I was gonna only watch the main event, and then it's one of these things where there's so much downtime in UFC, and I'm like, okay, girls, I'm not
I
gonna
always
watch
forget
this
until I actually watch like a pay-per-view how
brutal,
fucking
man.
boring those fights are. Like I get it, people set up like a whole like, get all their friends together, they get pizza and what and it's like a social event, but to just like sit down and watch specific fights, there's so much like build up, and then you could get something like this where like
17
the main
seconds.
event fight is that short.
That's why I said to Emily, I don't want to hear anything. Oh, it's fake, it's scripted. That's why I'm a fucking pro wrestling guy, man. Like I will watch real sports, and don't get me wrong,
It's
there's was bad
more
pressing.
entertaining.
But
yeah,
it's like
typically.
that. Like usually, if someone gets defeated that quickly, it's like, oh, there's hopefully a story purpose or something. This was just, oh man, this 44-year-old woman had no idea. She hadn't fought in 15 years, and she just got
Yeah.
destroyed. And
Well,
again,
both
they got
of them, right? Ronda's not a fighter anymore.
She fought, yeah, she hasn't, but she fought in a less amount of time. Like the space wasn't
Okay.
as big, and she still is like quite a few years on her. I think,
And like her
Ronda-
background was more like wrestling and like
Yes.
jujitsu, wasn't it?
Everyone thought this
Versus-
was gonna happen, but I thought it would be like a minute or two. Even then, I wonder how much people pay to be there. Like driving to LA, all that stuff, and you just see
Oh,
13
man.
seconds or 17 seconds, and that's it. Brutal.
Yeah,
for me,
no, that's crazy. I think the last one I was aware of that went like that was like, I mean, I'm sure there's many fights that have ended faster than that between, but the one that I was like somewhat interested in, and then it went that way, was the Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren fight. Did you ever see that one?
No, I
Where
didn't.
he did a fly, like the fight started, he flew at him with a flying knee, and he just knocked him out. Like
okay,
they didn't
now I
even
know that one,
exchange
yes.
blows at all, and it was just such a shock. But like that happened where I didn't pay for it, but but like I was getting ready to watch it, and then that happened, and I was like, is that it? Like that was like our you and me had a famous gauntlet title, I think, that
Yes,
ended that way, like
it did.
sports title.
That was UFC. That's it. Both times it ended that way.
It was UFC, yeah, you're
And
right.
luckily there was other matches on that show, so that wasn't the only thing.
But
But
To answer
UFC
your
will
question,
get
no,
you.
I didn't watch this. I have no problem with people, doing what they want. It is
I
a
do,
sporting
no.
event, and whatnot. But
I watched it, but I have a problem watching it.
I didn't I didn't think it was gonna be like entertaining, just because they have been like they're not at the top of the game. Like they. I
But
don't
that was
know
my
if
hope that
Gina
they
ever was,
it,
but
it would
yeah.
be entertaining because of them both maybe being at like a somewhat equal level. But
Yeah.
no, I think Gina was she was a pioneer of like one of the bigger fighters. People don't want to say it, but whatever. It also helped that she was very attractive. So like that. Okay, I think some people found her very attractive. I don't know where I am on the Gina Carano thing. I don't need to talk about that. But like, I think that's where it was not like a.
Circle back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back in hour 8. No, but I think that she just had like a more model-esque look than versus a lot of the other female fighters. So I think that helped put her aside and get people on the map. And so yeah, there was some things.
I saw her
and
dress at the face-offs. It was cool looking
Yeah.
attire she was wearing.
She got paid for like 1.4 million for this. So there you go.
There you go.
I hope I don't see her Mandalorian. Obsession. You watching Obsession?
Yeah, so I responded vociferously to you on that. I assumed it was gross. You did not sell me otherwise on your review. So there were
No,
some gut-wrenching moments. And
There
some
is,
really
but I said
gross
they're a
stuff.
bit few and far in between. It's not Terrifier or like even
Maybe
Evil
not
Dead level
gross,
for the
but
most
just
part.
like shock factor stuff, right? Like you can't believe, yeah.
It's a scary fucking movie.
Like,
man.
is it one that really fucked me in all the right ways was what the fuck was it called? The one with the hand?
Talk to me?
Talk to me. That
Yeah.
one was like surprise. Like it shook me. Like there was moments in it that I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Do
Is
you
it
think-
more that?
Yes, it is that. It's a lot of it has to do with the acting and cinematography. The other thing is you still got to see Bring Her Back. That one's
Oh,
the
that was the next one, right? Of the
same directors
people?
as Talk to
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, that one's more grosser than even Obsession. That one has some really gross fucking stuff in there.
Okay.
It'll sit with you for days. But Obsession's more just it's kind of because it's still like supernatural, but there's enough where you're like, oh, I could be in this situation, and it's wild. It's a good time. So
It's this fucking person, the Jennifer Crawley.
how you get back in your house? Yeah, 100%. So check
Yeah,
out.
I mean,
my reviews
I
on the
will
feed,
watch
so.
it. I think I was gonna watch it even if you didn't vote it for Golden Geeks. It is a long year, like you've already,
Yes.
well, as you said privately to us. But usually, I watch horror movies with my father, of course, and then he'll. When we're planning on watching movies, he's like, "Oh, what movies do you have on the docket that are usually horror movies, usually fucked up?" And then I'll be pitching Obsession, like probably Obsession over Bring Her Back first.
We'll bring it
in
back
that
was
order,
last-
just 'cause-
Are you talking about for Golden Geeks or just in general?
Just in general, just
Okay.
reviewing. 'Cause,
Yes,
like Golden
like
Geeks,
it's
obviously Obsession
hyperbolic.
isn't-
I'm gonna probably do a Travis told you on it soon, but I think it's at least for sure in my top 10 horror movies of this decade. I'll say this, but the hyperbolic one's more
Like well
I think
made, or just they scared you that much?
Both.
Oof.
I
Oof.
think like critical score, there might be a few things that I would probably dock it to not give it a full 10, but like for the Trav score, I gave it a 10. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and
Okay.
it might be in my top 10 movies in the decade of this decade as well. It was.
I just remembered.
Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You
no,
just remembered.
that's fine.
I just remembered. I just remembered also
remember.
because you were pitching also. The reason why I dropped the Captain America, no, I don't think I will, is because you're like, oh, this movie's so fucked up, guys. It'll scare you for life. You guys have to see it in theaters.
You should.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think I will. I think I'd rather see it at home.
With a crowd, it was tons of fun because there's so much awkward laughter and dark humor in it. And you're like, and there's multiple moments where things are going on, and someone's like, "What the fuck?" Like there was one guy behind me that said that. I said, "Oh, jeez," like it got to the point where it was like a Marvel movie, but like it would be that and then quiet because there's just things that happen. You're like, oh my god, like why are they going this route? And it's not all just shock value gross stuff. It's just the situations that some things happen and get put in. And that's what I'll say again is the trailers don't reveal everything. There's things with the main character and the girl that they don't show in the trailers that made it 100 times better for me as well too. It wasn't like, especially there's one thing with the girl. I don't want to describe it, but this jump scare, I was terrified with Passengers. I have not had a jump scare in, I'll say a decade, but decades. I don't get that. Nothing really happens. And this wasn't just like, they turned the bass up to 100 and like hit it. There's a scene where it's just playing a certain way and then it turns and I took like a breath. I could not believe what was happening. And most of it's because of acting. It was nice. So good. So if people are,
it's nice when it's not
stuff,
just like a sound effect, you know, like really crank up the bass like you described. Like that's just cheap jump scares.
Yeah,
movies are like riddled with that. That was why I never saw Smile, because you and Taylor told me there was a lot of that.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Smile 2, definitely would recommend. Smile 2 is less than, it's great.
Really?
Smile 2 is a great movie, yeah.
Okay.
Smile, well, it's a huge improvement. And this is
you
like,
have to watch the first one? Like,
no, not at all. Even the first kind of like gives you a bit of a recap, but it not much at all. You could ask us a question, be like, oh, that's because of this. You make, okay, cool. And that's all you need. And I would say as far as the other comparison, I feel like it's more in like the Hereditary base, where Hereditary has some messed up stuff, but it's not always like boom, boom, boom. There's some spread out throughout, so...
nice.
Yeah. So we'll circle back to that. The Beatles. I would have thought they broke up because I thought that was like a ticking time bomb over time that they eventually just didn't get along. Now, granted, I'm sure the movie will cover this. I don't think they ever went on record to all be like, yeah, fuck this guy and this guy did that. I think it was always just like reports.
Just shit talk. Each movie is just them shit talking one of the members,
looking right into the camera. They put in, and see this way. So this is an AI overview. So excuse me, but the Beatles split up in 1970 due to a combination of creative differences, intense personal tensions, management disputes, and burnout from a grueling decade of spotlight. Their biggest ones, the 4 biggest reasons were their manager Brian Epstein's death. Oh no.
Let's look into that.
This video's
the truth will be revealed.
Yeah, this video's gonna get banned. They're gonna use that slogan for the Beatles movie. One will be the truth will be, and then revealed. All 4. You put the posters together, makes Epstein's face. Epstein managed the band and acted as a buffer between the massive egos. His sudden death in 1967 left the band without strong unifying leadership. So there you go. It seems like they kind of had a piece that somebody was good to have, like, work all together. And then when he was gone, that happened. Creative differences. As members grew as individual songwriters, particularly George Harrison, they began opposite directions musically and felt they restricted one another by being in the band, which makes sense. Like if you look at Paul, George, and Lennon's stuff after the fact, it's there's isms of the Beatles, but there's a lot of differences. Business struggles and the Alan Klein dispute. The band's business venture, Apple Corp's hemorrhages money. Oh, John, George, and Ringo hired brash music manager Alan Klein, while Paul wanted to hire his father-in-law, Lee Eastman. This caused a permanent rift. Yeah, fuck, man. What? I'd be bad with that too. If we had a manager like, oh, I just want to hire my father-in-law, guys. Like, yeah, no bias there.
Yeah.
And then same thing, changes. This is a classic when that comes up. Changing dynamics. John Lennon's growing relationship and constant studio presence with Yoko Ono broke the traditional inner circle with the 4 bandmates. Meanwhile, Paul took over the de facto leadership, while that often alienated George and John, which is always, that's like the go-to, like Yoko broke them up. I think that's a piece of it, but
you've probably seen the performance of John, her, and I'll have to look it up. I can't remember what the fuck the guy's name was. But they're all performing together. It was supposed to just be John and this guy, I believe, and then Yoko Ono.
Oh, yes, I think I've heard of this.
Bill Burr does a great summary of it. I think there's even like a comic that goes with, or maybe he's just talking over the actual video. But it's fucking funny if somebody wants to look that up on their own.
Yeah.
I will look it up because I want to know that guy's name.
I was like, you said you were looking it up. Yeah, I am excited for those. Sam Mendes, what the hell is that movie? American Beauty, Skyfall. He's doing all four of this, and they got great casting. And a good thing with Ringo, maybe there would be
Chuck
some.
Berry.
Chuck Berry. Okay, there you go. Look at that video. Maybe there'd be something with Ringo, but the fact that Barry Keoghan's playing Barry, that gives me, or Barry Keoghan's playing Ringo, that makes that movie.
He's playing himself.
Yeah,
kill that role.
He's the fifth Beatle, but no, the fact that he's playing Ringo, that makes that movie already more interesting. I think that's a good casting. So
Who's your Beatle?
Lennon. And more so too because of Lennon's stuff after the fact, but yeah, Lennon stuff. Even though I think now I'm getting older, there is some of George's stuff I'm liking. And again, I'm saying I'm a fan. I'm not like I know every record, this and that. I like the majority of Beatles music, but what I've heard from Lennon is probably my more go-to. I probably would go like Lennon, George, Paul, and then Ringo. But Ringo didn't have like a huge successful career after, like a solo career after the Beatles, which,
He played in Penticton quite a few times. So
Did he?
There you go. Yeah.
Do you see him?
Never.
Okay.
Never was interested. Yeah.
All right, so I got 3 videos for you, before we get into any news here. These are ones I thought could be funny. I brought this up. I think my algorithm was listening to me, but this video is a compilation. You said already the compilation of Ben Affleck repeatedly getting asked about solo Batman before it got scrapped, and increasingly over time getting more annoyed. So people,
this is a good follow up because you and I were talking about this, weren't we? Last week?
Yeah, that's why I think my algorithm was listening when we were talking about it. I don't know whether it's our cast or not because we were talking about we want to see this movie. I do think a fun, even bread and butter something, whether it's us two or everybody, would be to look at like all the canceled superhero projects over the movies, like over the years, and see like what would have been great or what would have been like this, or like Nick Cage's Superman. Like there's lots of, I think, kind of good discussions if we like parse through all that stuff. But I'll pull
like even early stuff that never really had like
James Cameron's Spider-Man. Did you ever hear about that?
No, I don't think I did know about that. Actually,
I think parts of a script are a full script. It's supposed to be him. Leo is going to be Spidey, and I don't know who's going to be Mary Jane. There's a classic scene where they're on the Brooklyn Bridge, and he like webs her hands up, and that's they like start to have like sex or something. I might have to find it before this cat's over, but it's like a really like. It plays as like it's a love scene, but it also feels like it's like kind of like this is not a good
BDSM,
scene.
some like
100%.
Mr. Spider will see you now.
I'll find it, but yeah, I got a good laugh. This is what I was showing Taylor, and then when you came, I'm like, oh, don't tell him what I showed you. So okay,
the movie I think is going to be called The Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah, at least that's what we're going with now.
All right.
Yeah, I might change it. I think that's I think that's about it right now. That's all I got. We're working on the script. The script is going well. I'm really excited about it, and I assure you that when there's anything that develops, you'll hear about it.
Watch this when it gets
What's
worse.
next for you then, sir? We've got Batman coming back.
Live by night.
So you'll see this is a constant thing because if people don't remember, he did The Accountant and then he got hired and then he did Justice League. He was doing Live by Night, a movie that kind of disappointed. It was after Argo, so it didn't hit those heights. And he'll talk about it. He was very trying hard to promote Live by Night, but people did not want to talk about Live by Night. So.
Yeah, by the way, Batman, Superman was in my top 10 of the year.
All right.
Please direct.
Like that you said, oh no, that was his reaction to that. Oh, all right.
What's next for you then, sir? We've got Batman coming back.
Live by night.
Well, they're at me up, by the way, Batman, Superman.
I didn't even hear him say that the first time, actually. He's like trying to just steer us back on to Live by Night.
What's
Doesn't
next for
even
you then,
address
sir?
Batman.
We've got Batman coming back.
Live by night.
And then this guy realizing, like, he's seen the guy's pin on his shoulders. Like, oh.
They're at me up, by the way, Batman, Superman was in my top 10 of the year.
All right.
Please direct Batman, the movie.
All right,
Please
we're
do
getting
it, Mr.
going.
Affleck,
We're going.
Please, man.
All right.
He needs a
What about, you said you know Harry to do Batman.
It's not that I'm in a hurry or not.
Sorry, I'll go back. It's a little
Top 10
long.
of the year.
All right.
Please
All
direct
right.
Batman.
All right,
Please
we're
do
getting
it, Mr.
going.
Affleck,
We're
please,
going.
man.
All right.
Gives
What
no
about, you said you know Harry to do Batman, a solo project.
It's not that I'm in a hurry or not. That's also on my plate right now is Batman. That's what I'm working on, trying to get the script right and just trying to get going.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you are going to be directing Batman potentially?
Well, that's the idea. The idea is that there's no movie, yet. There's not a movie, but there is the plan to make a Batman.
God.
Holy coincidence, Batman! Any room for a plucky sidekick?
Oh my God!
I didn't know
Where
that.
did you get a cake?
Interesting.
Your mom.
I just wanted to ask you about Batman. Not so much about the Batman.
you've answered that, I think. But about Justice League, so I'm really excited to see the Justice League. How cool was it for you to go back into that environment with new suits and all the guys?
It was great, and there was a lot of changes, and there was a lot of new stuff, and there was a whole sort of feeling of.
And also to take note, he's talking about the Joss Whedon Justice League in this interview right now.
Oh wow!
And there's an exciting group of actors, Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa and guys like that who are so much fun, and Gal Gadot, of course, was great, and Henry Cavill, and it was just it was a lot of fun.
I'm going to direct the next Batman. We're working on it. It's one of those things that's really frustrating because, like, with Live by Night, it took me a year and a half to write it and get it ready, and I worked really hard, and it's just nobody gave it. No one was like, "Where's Live by Night?"
Right, yeah, right.
But with Batman, I keep on getting, they're like, "Where's the Batman?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm working. Give me a second." Oh my God, it's such a pain in the ass. It's like every time I mention Batman, it gets this huge, clickbait. When I was doing this movie, it took me 2 years to get it together, but nobody ever asked me, "Where's Live by Night?" They asked me, "Batman, Batman, Batman."
Batman coming back.
Batman, Superman,
Batman.
But yeah, this ending one was my favorite. This is like clearly this is like the day before he's like, I'm not directing this fucking movie.
Oh my God, it's such a pain in the ass. It's like every time I mention Batman, it gets this huge, clickbait. When I was doing this movie, it took
It's
me
funny
2
because
years
like the
to get it
earlier
together, but
clips,
nobody ever
he's
asked me,
like
"Where's Live by Night?"
he's keeping it in pretty well, like he's like, like we're working on it. We'll see
he's
what we
good
get.
here.
And then at the end, he's just totally fucking.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
so
see-
sick and tired of this.
Yeah, from like even here to like there, man. Honestly,
His shoulders.
yeah, he's all right. I got this video too. Just
Oh, that's a good Vine too.
Yeah,
That's a
you've
good
seen that
one.
Vine before?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Or is that what you're gonna show me?
I won't. I will
play it
now
if
because
you
we built it up now. But that's not my second clip I was going to share. This
Oh,
one I
okay.
found just before we went on air. Has nothing to do with anything. Just
While you pull that up, man,
Yeah.
I gotta give credit to like actors that have to fucking promote movies because I like until I see just
some that looks awful.
It looks so horrendous, and like a lot of the time these are like super early in the morning, so they have to like travel, get like hair and makeup and all these things. They're answering the same fucking questions every single interview, and they're trying to be like joyful and like go see our movie. This is amazing, and like.
Yeah. Especially
hopefully
now
you
with,
like your
the-
cohorts because you're with them all the time. Like clearly
Yeah.
that isn't the case always, but like man, that just seems like torture.
Especially now, like some of these TikToker ones and the influencer, and they ask them to do these stupid things. It's like, oh man, like I would be so annoyed. I'd be pretty crass with a lot of these people, but
It would be hard not to. Like it's just a
yeah.
very unnatural way to like interact with people. But
Kirklin saw us in my DM, so we're gonna play it, and then I got the second video.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Some fries, motherfucker. Disguise, motherfucker. Some pies, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. Wrong size, motherfucker. First prize, motherfucker. Hard eyes, motherfucker. Rude eyes, motherfucker.
yeah, man. Oh, shouts
There
out to
you go.
Vine.
Yeah, shouts to Divine. I missed it. And
Kids
then
these
here's
days, they don't know it.
So this is the this is LA Noire. I guess is having its 15-year anniversary today, and this video is just called "LA Noire had the unique ability of going from 0 to 60." Have you seen this at all yet?
No, I haven't seen
All
this.
right, here you go. Listen up. It's 30 seconds, but stay with it.
So tell us about this kid, Gabriel. You had a run-in with him?
Mecánico, a presumptuous young man who did not know his place. He presumed to ask me questions.
We do a lot of presuming here in the United States, Consul General. It comes with the turf.
You fuck young boys, Valdez. Are you a madman? This will cause an international incident.
It comes with the turf.
Man. That's so funny. This game was like that though. Like it would be like
You fuck
the
young
most
boys,
extreme-
Valdez. Are you a madman?
And that was like the fun and bad thing about that game. That's why I feel like I never had a handle on it because I was bad at the game because you're doing like a regular interview and then he drops something like that and it's 0 to 60 like that. Catch this. When I saw that I was like, okay, I got a good laugh out of that. So I didn't put
You
this
have 3. You said you have 3 videos.
I don't have 3 videos. I said I think I have 3 videos now. That was my mistake there. But
The
I
Vine
will
one.
pull I will pull up this and I'm gonna this was not in the notes, so we'll take an ad break and then I'm gonna pull all this up and we'll be right back. And we're back. So I have to
I didn't even know we had notes. You didn't send me any notes. So
they're nothing
I'm
to you.
right off you.
There's just like 10 trailers. No, they're pretty easy stuff. So yeah, I think I might throw out the Martian
That's
Manhunter
me walking
one
in
favor
knowing that
for
we have
this.
10 trailers to watch.
Yeah, or the Joe Pesci like Goodfellas looking around and but I'll read this out. Peter Jackson did an interview this week at Cannes or Con, however you say it. Peter Jackson reveals that him and his brain trust are in negotiations with the Token state to license more rights to Token's work. Christopher Token sort of edited and finishes the other Token books such as Similarian, Unfinished Tales. There's a lot more Token's writing, which would actually make for great movies that are a subsequent what was that word again? Remember? Subsequently. Fuck, we've done this like 10 times.
Does that sound right?
No.
Subsequently.
No, it's
something
not
like that.
No, it's not. We fucked this. You mean
I got this right last time. Why is this so hard?
Subsequently? No. No. God damn it. Let me pull it up. How to say.
I got it right last time. It's fleeting me now though. Subsequently. Subsequently. No, I already
it's
said
not
that.
subsequently. No, it's not that. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, pull it up. Pull that up. We're
We've,
learning
this,
English.
we've done this many times.
Subsequently.
Subsequently.
Thank you, mouth.
Yeah.
American pronunciation.
Subsequently.
Oh.
Can you change to Australian?
Did you see that mouth though?
Hey. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Guys, run. I'll hold her off.
You want to ride on my wing, Crystal?
What's Australian? It's just British.
Oh, just British.
Subsequently.
Okay, about the same.
Man, British sounds better.
So subsequently edited by Christopher, but he absolutely would not let the mere idea of filming. Those rights have never been available, but Christopher passed away 2 to 3 years ago now. And the younger Token estate is now there, and they're much more open. Yeah, they're much more open to talking. Combination of this and Warner's and us have been talking to some of the younger Token members about possibly actually licensing some of the rights to their books. It would be nice to get away with the penances. Get away from the appendices. I think that's it. Yeah, and get something a bit more meaty. One before I ask another follow up. Did you ever read the Similarian? Because I have not. I've never crossed that off my bucket. I've wanted to at some point, but
there was like an audio. It wasn't an audio book. It was like an audio podcast that like did chapters of the Similarian. I was doing that for a little bit there. I do have it right here, like the special edition. It's like my little Bible. It's hard to kind of read compared to a book because it's not real. Like there's stories in it, but it's literally like the Bible where it's like in the beginning there was music and like things like that. Like it describes how the mountains were formed and like things like that. It's amazing. It's very heavy detailed. But no, I have not chewed that adventure off.
Yeah, maybe I would if they made the movie, but that's where you hit the nail on the head where it is just, okay, so Christopher passed. I'm not sure, is he like a grandson or is he Token's kid maybe?
I thought
Christopher
that was his son.
I thought it was his son too.
I'll double that up.
So he passes away and it's like, oh yeah, the younger state's much more for it. And it's exactly what Kirklin said. They just want to cash in.
I searched up Christopher Nolan.
Is he related to Token at all?
I was typing Christopher Tolkien and then I just hit enter and it went Nolan. I'm like, this guy looks familiar. Okay, sorry, keep going.
He's directed some of my pieces of
he looks so
movies.
young.
Yeah. How'd he pass?
The son of the author.
The son.
J.R.R.
So he
Tolkien,
passes
born
and now
1924.
Okay, so these are the grandkids that I guess are way more open to talking Warner Brothers and Peter Jackson because, of course, they are. I'm not sure if there's something in the contracts or whatnot you could do when he passes, if he could have made that no one can do these, even his kids. Because, like, I'm on the family tree, so I don't understand this part, so I can't make any accusations, but I just feel like you probably would know, like, or your dad might say something like, hey, I really don't want these, adapted one way or another. And especially too, like we talk about this all the time, I'm not in this camp, and after I finish Odyssey I'm gonna listen to these books again, but I did read them after the movie, so maybe that's the other thing too, that I had seen the movies then read them. But I know there's lots of book people that don't like the Jackson movies for X, Y, and Z, right? There's tons of different reasons why they don't like the movies, so I get that. And it's strange to me that, like, I just feel like he would have been like, hey, I really don't want these adapted, and now he's passed, the kids are like, yeah, You know, like what do we got? Maybe they got Hard Times, but obviously we have Hunt for Gollum coming out, and that's based on a couple chapters in Lord of the Rings, and then you got, I think it's like Shadow of the Past or whatever, that Colbert one, which is the same thing as based
I
on
don't
different.
think the Hunt for Gollum was ever actually like told in like the regular novels. Like,
Is it
like,
not?
I think it's in like the appendices that they talk about, which is like the supplement type materials that they have in there.
Either way, they must have the rights to that, right? Because they're doing that story, so they must have got that when they got the Lord of the Rings trilogy and Hobbit. It must have been included some way. But and even then, though, that's like connected to that. And then you got the Shadows of the Past, which is connected to that. So I do see Jackson's point. And it's much like to Star Wars, which you guys talked about. And we'll talk about again tonight, where I think there's parts of me that would be way more open to that if Jackson and crew are like, hey, we want to make more Lord of the Rings Middle Earth movies. Let's do the Silmarillion. Let's do, you know, what he said, other tales, like things that are maybe, of course, around the world. And even then, obviously, I feel like it's been a rocky road, but Rings of Power, the idea of it, I was down for, right? The idea of, okay, young Galadriel, young Elrond, all this stuff, it's like far away. I think sometimes you get a little too set up of the books and the movies, but still, I was much more open to that. But obviously, I think you might have said that. I don't know if it was to me on Weekly Geek or to Taylor, but I know you kind of recently you said like, oh, you're kind of waiting for Hunt for Gollum to really decide if these are good moves or bad moves. And I agree with you there, where that's going to be the telltale. But how would you feel about this if they were to get all these other works? Does that idea excite you more, or is it still just I got to wait and see what they're cooking before I get really excited for any of this?
Yeah. Before I answer that, so apparently it is talked about in Fellowship. It's technically book 2 because
I
those
thought
books
so,
are,
right?
But it's like the reason I was confused is because at one point Aragorn is telling his account of what he was looking for, and then like way in a different section of the book, that's when Gandalf is like telling his kind of. So it's like pieced together that way, but it's not like a full on. This is the chapter that they hunted for Gollum, and here's all the players that were involved. But no, to get back to your other question, I mean, at the end of the day, it really depends on the script and what we have to work with, because they could have one project that is just amazing. They did such a great service to, you know, the Tolkien family, and like really true to like the books and everything. It was perfectly cast. They didn't try to bite off more than they could chew. It was just a really good contained story. Oscar performances, let's just say best case scenario. Like this is an amazing piece. And then the next project that they do, different director, different writers, and it's just dog water. And it's like, man, how do we go from that to this? Like, it doesn't really matter what, like, they could be doing The Fall of Gondolin and it just be absolute dog shit writing, and like the dialogue makes no sense. It's just so different than from the characters that we know from the actual novels. So at the end of the day, it always depends on that. It's not necessarily like the property that makes it good or not, right? Like what we got with Rings of Power, I was so excited of like going to that second age and like doing stuff that's so distant from. It's basically what I want in Star Wars, right? Like I want to be going thousands of years before the events of the Skywalkers, but no, we're just getting more Skywalker content because that's what Filoni wants to do. It's the way that he can save his job potentially. We'll see how that happens. But that just was dog water in my mind. I really don't like some of the character decisions. And I don't think everyone thought that way. I think there is some people that really enjoyed those stories, which is cool for them. It's well made. I really like some of the cast.
Season 3,
which is really
November.
good.
You ready?
Season 3 is coming. I'm not ready yet, but I will by the time we get there. So why was I going on that? Oh yeah, just like, I don't want Lord of the Rings. Like, it's a tricky situation because I never want to just be like, yeah, Lord of the Rings is just totally dead. Whatever you get from Lord of the Rings is stuff that's already happened or been made before. That's how I was living for a while, just after the Peter Jackson trilogy, you know? Like, I guess the Hobbit trilogy came out. I haven't watched those, so I just kind of chose to not participate in that. But we'll always have the source material. That's always, like, my main argument for, like, I'll never get pitchforks and torches and storm the gates of like, why the fuck are we making these projects? Like, this is so ridiculous. People are doing that. If people are doing that, definitely don't be doing that, because that is just so insane. At the end of the day, this is fiction stories. This is for entertainment purposes. This is not affecting your actual real day lives other than just enjoyment. But it's a long-winded way of saying, yes, I'm open to it, with a caveat of, it depends on the script for me to like really enjoy it. And I think that's a healthy approach. Like I don't want to I never want to be in that category of don't ever give me another Lord of the Rings property because it's probably just shit. Like I feel like that's kind of an unhealthy approach to the situation. I think a wiser one is to wait and see for what we get talent-wise on how they make it and whatnot. And then to comment on the, the late dead Christopher Nolan and his family.
Christopher Nolan.
I said it again. So maybe I did search up Christopher Nolan, Christopher Tolkien. His
Odyssey
corpse
at first.
Still warm, and now they're going back on his word.
Only 2 to 3 years later.
I'm just saying that for comedy. I don't know if that is the case. I would really hope that if he said, "Do not touch these properties, or I will haunt you."
My last wish is don't. And then they put the pillow over him.
Yeah, they're like,
oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. What's your last wish? Can't hear that.
It's the fucking. It was a Jurassic World movie, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, how the podcast almost ended that fucking movie. I just remember that scene happening and me just cackling in the theater, and it's dead quiet. And like, what is this shit I'm watching? I can just feel Taylor getting madder and madder. Oh, God.
I hope I answered your question there, but that's how I feel. Depends on the script.
Yeah, like I said, I'm more open for this because it's further across, and it depends on the script, who's doing it as well, right? Because even with the Colbert one, I don't think we have a director yet. I appreciate Peter Jackson's reason that he said he didn't direct Gollum because he felt like it's a very Gollum tale, and who better do that than Andy Serkis? So I get that, even if that's just like window dressing, makes sense to me. So we'll see. Have you seen that? He said one of the inspirations for the movie is Joker. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Gollum's gonna be doing fucking bathroom dance. Yeah, he specifically like, but Folia, dude, that's the one. We're gonna have We're gonna have Gollum in a relationship, but
and musicals.
Yeah, so it's just tough, right? Because we talk about this all the time. It's a combo of course, all these companies are doing these things to make money and a profit. Yes, that's the way it works. But you kind of hope there's like a meet in the middle of a profit, but also passion. And is that what is like when he just talks about it in that way? My worry it is just profit. Like, oh, they're much more open, and there's this book, and there's this book, there's this. It's just like, I hope it comes from a place of passion. All these stories we could, and not like, oh, we're rubbing our hands together right now to see, right? But at the same time, I still think Hunt for Gollum's going to be a big hit. I think because they have some original characters. I think that they're going to have the original songs. I think those first trailers you get for Hunt for Gollum are going to be very like Force Awakens-esque type of trailers where it's like the universe you love. Like they'll kind of ignore the Hobbits, but I am still, even though I think that'll do well, I'm still very excited and interested to see like what do people, like what does this generation feel about Lord of the Rings, right? There's tons of people like our age that are nostalgic for it, but they also, did you burn all that goodwill with the Hobbits maybe? With like, a lot of people went to theaters to see those and they were successful, but they're kind of looked at as like meh movies. But you could have said that with Star Wars prequels and Force Awakens was still massive, right? So,
well, for Hobbit too, like that was Peter Jackson, right?
Yes, all of them, yeah.
And was that Howard Shore doing the scores?
I think he did.
So that's a pretty easy sell, I think. Like I didn't see it, but I didn't really have I feel like when those come out, I wasn't really like seeing movies. Like that would have been pre-podcast days. Wasn't really like an avid moviegoer at that time. But like, yeah, if you love those Peter Jackson movies, well, guess who's back? Peter Jackson. If you love the soundtrack, guess who's back? Howard Shore. You even got Ian McKellen back. Like that's a very
you got that
easier sell, I think.
You got him and
actually,
Elijah
fuck,
back,
you got me.
And you got Andy Serkis back. So you have like kind of the trifecta. The only one you don't have back is Vigo, and that's where I still think that Jamie Dornan's going to get the Han Solo treatment. I think that's going to not go well.
Man, like after this comes out, it would be nice to just become the Watcher and like look into a different multiverse of like the world that you get Vigo for this role, and like whatever you do, whatever it's de-aging or whatnot.
But again, the rumor is that wasn't the
knows?
problem, remember? There was a quote from that producer a year ago. They said, well, we hope to have Vigo, he's all about the story and the script. And to me, that just reads as like he got that script and was like
I said,
I'm good, dog.
I'm the Watcher. I'm Uatu here, okay? I'm looking at the different multiverse. And in this situation, it worked out.
Script,
it worked out good. Like, is it like a crazy difference? Like, not just quality-wise, but like people going to the movies for that? Because I could argue that Vigo's Aragorn is the most memorable character.
I agree.
Out of Lord of
I
the
agree
Rings.
with that statement. I think it's. I think the Mount Rushmore is him and the other three we talked about: Frodo, Gandalf, and
Frodo,
Gollum.
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
those four
I agree.
are the ones because Gollum was revolutionary. Gandalf also because Gandalf's just like a meme machine in this decade too. Frodo's the lead, so that makes sense. Yeah, all that
The
stuff,
laugh,
right? Like you keep your secrets, like that type of stuff. And then Vigo, like to me, I think he's the character that most teenage kid boys fell in love with. Of like, I want to be fucking Aragorn, like
Which
that's
is great because I think he's like
Yeah.
the perfect role model for healthy
yeah.
masculinity. He's a poet, he's a warrior, he's a lover, he's a singer. He's
Yeah.
just we need more I almost said more Vigos. Well,
We need more
Vigos
Vigos
too.
too,
I'm sure
but-
he's
yeah.
a sweetheart, but more Aragorns in the world.
Yeah. But yeah, and I don't think, and again, if it was a more, I'm trying not to be mean. I think Jamie Dornan is a good enough actor, but I think Vigo can be a great actor. And
I forget what his face looks like. Jamie?
Yeah,
Dornan?
Jamie Dornan, just the 50 Shades guy. But yeah, I just think it's going to be very similar to Solo, where he's not going to deliver, and that's going to be the sour point of the movie. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it is more Donald Glover than it is Alden Ehrenreich. And that's the thing too. Alden Ehrenreich, he's a great actor. I've said this recently. He's like the Aaron Taylor Johnson. When he's playing some weirdos recently, he's tons of fun. He was just miscast. And same thing with this. I think Jamie Dornan's a bit miscast. I think they don't understand. And that's bad for me to say because it's people that are way more qualified than me and they've worked on these movies. I just feel like I worry what they think Jamie Dornan is not him. And then again, he's young Aragorn. He's older than Vigo was when he was cast in Fellowship. So.
Yeah.
Why are you
I
laughing?
don't
Why,
like-
you're
I don't
just
like
looking
the
at a
casting.
picture.
I'm just looking at him, and
Yeah. And again, I've said this before. That's a role I would never take as an actor unless it's you got a big bag and like you're desperate. I just feel like that sets you up for big failure. Like, same thing. I would have never taken Han Solo. Like never. Like I would. Like there's no chance. You can't be Harrison Ford
Yeah.
like that. You can't like.
that'd be
anything with
tricky too
Aragorn.
because it's like if you're a fan of Star Wars, you love it, and if you're an actor who's just trying to get roles, it's like this is like potentially the role of a lifetime in some ways, right? It's a massive franchise, but like I'm sure at some point, whether it was I don't know, reading the script, doing some of the scenes, he's just like, man, I fucked up. Like I don't know what's gonna happen here.
And you know what? Like I hate to say it, and he's been in stuff now, but if Solo's a massive hit, you could have seen Alden Ehrenreich everywhere. He's not in like a bunch of stuff. He's like, I really liked that movie a couple of years ago with Phoebe Dynevor and Fair Play. Like I thought he was great in that.
He was really good in that.
Yeah, and I thought he was even good in Ironheart, which you guys, I can't
Still
remember
haven't
if you
seen.
watched. Yeah, right. We didn't.
Taylor saw
right,
it. I didn't
yeah,
watch it.
and I did too. But he's good in that as like Jeff Bridges' son. He plays
Weapons.
Ezekiel Stain. Yeah, he's great in Weapons. Even though I think his storyline's like a little pointless, he's great in it. So I think he's finding that second life now. But when was Solo? Solo was what 2017. Solo, or because Force Awakens was I think 2018. So like what, almost a decade now, he's like finding his footing as like, oh, the weird guy roles, which is like that's not a bad thing. It's just I think that did hurt his career because you have that stink of like.
Bag.
I think he probably did. I think he probably did. But he had that stink of like, oh, you're the guy that was in the lowest grossing Star Wars movie. Like you're the guy that was the face of Solo. And again,
But not for long, not forever. He needs like a little
Yeah.
genie to appear. It's like I know times are tough right now, but
He
just
did
give
a
it like a
monkey's
decade.
paw.
Mando and Grogu's gonna come out.
Or Pedro's gonna take the bullet for him now, And the other thing that sucked too about him, that for him was just like everybody, including myself, was just praising Don Glover to the end of the world, right? Of like, oh, he's fucking Lando, he nailed it. So it's like, not only does the movie bomb, you're not the thing. It's not like, oh, he was a great Solo. People just did want Solo, right?
Yeah.
It was, he was fine. Some people think he's great. I just don't. Again, I don't even think that's him. And it's weird too because like. Billy D. Williams is also quite a character, but I think the thing about Billy D. Williams, he's almost like a caricature. I'm fucking that word up. Caricature.
Caricature.
Subsequently, a caricature of. I need a drink of water. I think that's what's happening too. I got to dry mouth. But
with that whistle.
with Harrison
Caricature
Ford,
of himself because of the role. Do you think, or was he like
just-
I don't?
I think Billy D. Williams is like that. Like
Yeah.
I gotta pull up what was the other clip we're gonna pull up before?
Well, we're gonna go digging in Dwayne Johnson's profile.
We're gonna
course.
if
we got time.
that
If we
next
got
week.
time,
But
yeah.
What was the other one? I'll pull up the Billy D of like Colt 45 because he is just Lando. But I think there's something with
Colt
Ford-
45.
There's
What? Is that a
something.
movie?
Just wait for it. There's something with Harrison Ford that's like harder to nail. Like I sometimes feel like Billy D. Williams is playing a character that is Billy D. Williams in his. The first thing that comes up on YouTube is Colt 45 commercials. So is there like
the beer? It's a beer commercial that he's in.
Okay, here we go.
At first, I thought you were talking about the Afro Man song.
Go, but if 2 zigzag, I can't go too far in that. I can't go too far in that song. I'll get canceled. I'm a white boy from Kelowna.
D. Williams talks about Colt 45.
There are 2 rules to remember if you want to have a good time. Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1.
What else?
You want to know why you should keep plenty of Colt 45 on hand? You never know when friends might show up. I don't claim you can have a better time with Colt 45 than without it. But why take chances?
The power of Colt 45.
Shouts out to The Throat with 400.
Billy D. Williams on body language.
You know, body language tells you a lot about what a person's thinking. For instance, that means she has an interest in the finer things in life.
Cool outfit.
That means she also wants a little fun in her life, but only with the right man. And now she's pouring a Colt 45. And we all know what that means. Mind if I join you?
You must have read my mind.
Something like that.
The power of Colt 45.
Man.
Like they're just
His voice is so cool though.
Oh yeah, they were just advertising Colt 45 as
in
the
living color.
Oh, I'm gonna pull this up. Keen and
You know, when I'm spending a relaxing evening at home with my very special lady, I like to treat her to the very best. I wear the finest clothes, serve the finest gourmet foods, and we enjoy the sparkling taste of Bolt 45 malt liquor. There's my lovely now.
he's the director of the original Scary movies.
Is that the father?
No, it's another brother. It's another Wayne's brother.
Oh wow.
Keenan, yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Would you sure like to slip the plastic loops?
What is this show?
In Living Color.
In Living Color.
Yeah.
You find it acceptable, my flower?
Was this the one with the Williams brothers? Keenan
Wayans.
Why did I say Williams?
Sean
Billy D.
Wayans,
Williams.
Marlon
There you go.
Wayans.
That's why. Billy D.
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah.
You know, Bolt 45 has a fine, rich flavor, a mature, malty bouquet.
It's interesting how many shows like this there were that I'm not really familiar with. Like Chappelle Show. I don't know if you ever watched SCTV, like the Canadian one with.
I did a little
YouTubers
bit,
on
yeah.
there. My parents love that one.
Somehow I knew she wouldn't refuse me.
Are they saying it's like a?
Oh yeah, this is
my
full
God.
on fucking.
Say, my flower, you like to slip into something more comfortable? She's such a devil. So remember, if you want class, get champagne. But if you want to score,
This is full fucking. I can't even remember his name right now. Actually,
Bill Cosby. So
Yeah,
that was the
serial
joke they
rapist.
did, was just that, and that's what's so funny, because that Colt 45, all the commercials like, oh, if you drink this, you get laid. But then for Bolt 45 was Keen Wayne's just saying he was like roofing the fucking girls. Watch the skip, but yeah, In Living Color was one of my favorites. That's where Jim Carrey got his big break. He went to
I
audition
remember
for
you telling me that,
SNL.
actually.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
audition for SNL. I said, I know, we'll pass. And then he went there, and they just lit him up. But yeah, that's where that guy, Keenan Wayans, I think it's Keenan. I get them confused with the wife and kid actor. Hang on. Because there's Marlon and Sean Wayans. Those are the two Scary Movie boys. Yeah,
White
Damon.
chicks.
Damon Wayans is My Wife and Kids, and Major Pain and that type of stuff.
Oh,
Did you see
okay.
that? Yeah,
Yeah,
Homie the
Major Pain
Clown.
I've seen.
And then Keenan, I think he was like the director and showrunner. He was like the brain of In Living Color, and then he directed Scary Movie 1 and 2. I think he's producing the new Scary Movie. I think he's kind of out of Hollywood now. But yeah, he was like the brain trust of In Living Color, and he's the one in Scary Movie when they watched the Titan or the Amistad spoof, and he's like, "I'm the king of the world," and then he gets whipped, and he's like, "Oh, like the fake movie trailer." That's Keenan just giving himself like a little cameo. So, but
That's
Billy
funny.
D, cool motherfucker, man. That guy was getting laid.
That
left, right, and
voice
center.
is so silky smooth. Like Keenan did a good impression, but like still, it's not the same. It's tough to
not.
match.
But even Glover did like a good job.
Glover
right?
did good.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. And talking about Star Wars, we'll go into that right now. So we did this last week, and I thought we were gonna bring up another clip. I can't remember what it was, and not Dwayne. There's something where like, we'll have to
so many
find
tangents.
That.
It's tough
I know.
to circle.
I'm gonna have to start writing them down. But
do you know if it was Star Wars related or Lord of the Rings?
No, it was before that, so it could have been Star Wars, but I don't think it was anything. I think it was just something off the pattern there. But I'm gonna bring this up, and we'll see. And I'll quick fire the other two things here. So this came out a couple weeks ago for May 4th, so that's why we're a little late. But that's what that's what we do here. I wanted to ask Kirklin some questions. So. Yeah, that's where we are, May 17th. So this is what they did for a whole year. They studied Disney Plus, and these are the Nielsen ratings. So for a year, they found out what people watched the most. So in Star Wars, they watched live action movies the most by 44%. The series came in second at 38%. Animation at 16%, and documentaries at 0.2. That's a shame, but not surprised there. So I'm gonna small screen this, and because I want to ask you a question here. The thing brings it a little bit up, but what do you think was the most watched thing on Disney Plus last year, Star Wars related?
The most watched things and
most watched thing, like number one, just the number one thing. I got the top 10, but I want you to guess the first thing, the top most watched thing. I don't think you'll get it,
most watched,
but I think you'll be mad
Star
when you
Wars.
don't get it.
Like, and you're not going to give me hints, so it could be a series.
No,
it could
it's
be
Star
a movie.
Wars. I gave you the hint.
I will say, I don't think it'd be A New Hope. I'll go Force Awakens.
Oh no, that's funny. So, number one, let me share it up here. Number one, I think you'll be happy about this. Andor is number one.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, and New Hope second.
New Hope second.
Okay.
Phantom Menace third. Empire Strikes Back at 4. Revenge of the Sith
Why
at 5.
was Andor number one? I want to know.
It came out
that.
last year. So
there
that's
you
why I
go.
said you'd be a little mad, right? Because it's a little
Yeah, I
recency
should have known
bias.
that. Fuck, I'm
but
dumb.
still, that shows agrees because I remember the first season was like very mildly watched, so at least it shows there's some growth like in between seasons. At number 6, you got Attack of the Clones. 7, you got Return of the Jedi. 8, you got Rogue One, a Star Wars story. 9, you got Tales of the Underworld, and then 10, Clone Wars. Do you notice anything about this list?
No sequel series on there.
No,
and
not
I
a
said
single.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a single sequel series. And that brings us to down below. They put it up by age demographic. So, which, I kind of find something funny about this. Well, because it counts, right? I guess.
Like you have a Nielsen account and then. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how Nielsen really works. I think it's like iffy, but like there's some data that's true, some that's not. But you got Gen Alpha, which I guess that's the age of my daughters. I guess they're Gen Alpha. So Gen Alpha's most watched thing was The Mandalorian. Gen Z was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Andor was the biggest in millennials and Gen X, and then The Mandalorian was the biggest in baby boomers.
Shouts out to Gen X.
Yeah,
checking
even
out
millennials
some real content.
Well,
I
just think that.
So
I know, but I'm glad we're not okay, here's the thing. I'm not trying to offend anybody. People be excited. Listen to Kirklin and Taylor's cast. They were super excited for Mandalorian. I just think there is something funny that
What? I never said I was.
I know, I'm
Mandalorian.
joking.
Come
I
on.
just think there is something funny that the super young kids and then the old people who like lots of times are just. I'm not saying everybody 62 to 80 aren't, but like just kind of like, yeah, I watched like one thing and I like the Mandalorian. Like something like, yeah, all right, like I get you, Dad. Like you like the Mandalorian.
Fell asleep halfway through. That's why you liked it.
I just thought there was something funny that the Mandalorian was the biggest with the youngest and oldest crowd. To me, that was telling me something. Also, it's funny. Those are the two crowds of people that either the old, like, okay, I'm taking my kids, but not all kids will have the parents that do that. So Gen Alpha, the crowd that can't buy tickets by themselves, and then baby boomers, which is a big study to show that Gen Z are the biggest movie-going people going right now. Oh no! Emily's playing the sleep music on the box beside me. Picked the wrong box, so it's like snuggle up, snuggle down, and sleepy paws. But then
It's
the
just
oldest,
some, like fucking X video starts going.
yeah. But then the studies that show baby boomers are the people that are going to theaters the least amount right now. They watch Mandalorian, so it's like your two audiences. That's the worst audiences to have for
That
your
is
big
funny,
Mando
actually.
fans.
Yeah.
You know, so I was kind of surprised by Gen Z actually with Clone Wars because I thought that was kind of like before like their time, like they're not connected to the
But like, if you have Disney Plus and you go on there and you're watching more younger audience shows, that would be on there, right? Like if you have a youth account on Disney.
Yeah, I guess, but like 14 to 29, like I watched it for the show, and I just feel like people like Taylor watch Clone Wars because they love the prequels, but I feel like they're kind of out of that. I couldn't find it. S-Bub shared it a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't find the full interview because it showed around where it was like Variety or Deadline. They also made the fourth like interviewed like a bunch of Gen Z people, and they just talked about how, oh yeah, all the Star Wars movies that have come out since I was born just like suck, and like all the stuff like, yeah, I don't really watch Star Wars. It was just this whole thing of like, well said. You're in the Rogue One camp. You like Force Awakens.
True.
Like you're not there, you know. But
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're feeling down about Star Wars, so you're going for the
I'm feeling
jugular.
spicy.
But
You're right.
it definitely feels like that group, which is to me the worst group to have, the 14 to 61, maybe more 46, but still those three generations, like again, it's great that it's Andor, but we know that they're not going forward with stuff like Andor, you know?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which
And
is sad.
Oh, go ahead.
I hate that so much. I was ranting with Taylor about that. It's funny, we had like Mando predictions last week. We just ranted about Star Wars. We didn't really predict
I know.
anything.
I know. I was like, what's this predictions cutout gonna be? My God, you know it's fine because
it was long. It was like a 45-minute cutout.
Yeah, but there was like 15 minutes. There was actually like 10 minutes of predictions. To be kind about that, but at least the chat.
I was just looking at me and Taylor doing a cast.
Oh, I was.
Together.
Whenever you guys do casts, I know there's like just again, you two like you got what was it? Oh, that was the other thing that bugged me so much was because Taylor will misread things and then you will Ron Burgundy them where I told you the cast that's supposed to be coming back for the new movie that's coming out. We'll circle back to the Gen Z thing, but the new movie that's coming out, and it was like, oh, it's Luke, Leia, and Thrawn, and then below it's like, oh, unknown if the actors will be de-aged or recast, and you're like, oh, you think they're gonna de-age Thrawn? And I'm like, no, not Thrawn. It's Luke and Leia. They don't need to de-age Thrawn. He's in blue makeup. He's fine. It was about that, but so
same
it's
thing
always
happened
a
too
wild
with the
card.
Batman casting. I was like dense with asterisks. I don't know what's going on here.
Because it's not official yet there, right? But I think that just shows, like, I can't remember when we had this conversation a little while back ago, but I just said, like, I feel like a lot of people are going to grow up with Dune as their Star Wars. Like how we grew up with Star Wars as our Star Wars. I feel like that's going to be Dune because I feel like they have no touch hold really with this current audience, with the people that are going to be coming up, right? And like I said, Mandalorian kids, yeah, sure, they watch it, but Andor's stream series, and that's dead. That's done. Even Clone Wars, that show's done, right? So it's like even all these things they watch, and again, I'd say the baby boomers and the Gen Alpha, those are the people that are paying for the things. So it is interesting, and it's crazy to me, and I'm a huge defender. Obviously, it goes down, but I'm a huge defender of Force Awakens. The fact that not a single sequel movie, I thought if anything that'd be on there, but it just shows like how much of a mess that was that people don't even like glom onto, and that's what just makes me very curious if they do, because like again, I got the John Boyega news too, like in here, and there's talks about he's talking about coming back for Star Wars, but same as Lord of the Rings, I'm very curious if we ever get episode 10 with Rey, Finn, and Poe. What is the return on that? Is it just because it's episode 10 and people come out because it's
there'd be
episode 10?
Skywalkers all over that, right? Like
Well, Rey's a Skywalker already though, right? Rey who? Rey Skywalker.
Well,
remember?
the sequels made money.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. But but what about the lasting impacts? That's what I mean. Like if they do episode 10,
yeah,
did that make $1 billion, or is it now with like a whole year and not a single sequel movie is in the top 10?
I think it would make $1 billion.
I don't know anymore now.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I'm not gonna pizza bet you, but I would feel
pizza
pretty confident that it would, especially like if you are talking about getting Skywalker's de-age, whether or not, or just Rey in there, just pieces of that main saga. It's interesting what you said though, like the modern generation kind of are going to be looking at something like Dune as their Star Wars, and like for us, the reason why Star Wars was our Star Wars is like our parents grew up watching that, and then that was
their
like,
Star Wars,
and that was like the
Star Wars
sci-fi movie that we had access
Yes.
to, right? Like, of course, there was Dune, 1984 or whatever
That
that,
didn't
one
have
was,
the
super
impact,
low
though.
budget,
Yeah.
and like
we're gonna retro that this year. I'm excited.
2001: Space Odyssey, I guess,
And those
but like
weren't, like,
still lower
Dune
like
is
popularity. I'm not gonna say quality, but like popularity wise, it was lower.
And that first Dune, I think, is looked at as like a like a weird mishap. Like it didn't hit the way people want. And 2001: Space Odyssey is something different, because I remember my dad saying that he loved that, and he didn't actually like A New Hope because he was thinking it was gonna be that. But New Hope's way more like a blockbuster popcorn movie, right? For like a positive. So that's where that was the first of its kind. So
for sure. And then we kind of grew up with that, and like it's so tricky to compare because we didn't. Like, you know, we had internet growing up, but like early times when we were growing up, we had VHSs. We didn't even have DVD players at that time. We're aging ourselves here. But like, so if you had Star Wars, which was the most popular one, everybody had that in their family household. So I feel 100%. Like that it was just a lot more popular for that reason. Whereas kids growing up now, they have just an infinite amount of information that like, it's not even necessarily like big movie things that are like latching their attention to a specific sci-fi thing. Maybe it's like a video game or fucking, I don't know what kids are doing these days. Roblox or something. Anime, yeah, that's a lot more popular now too, just for access.
Yeah, it's almost like they should keep going with the fucking Star Wars Vision stuff, and you don't keep trying that out.
Is that done? Did they stop that?
I think they're doing one more, which I we're the worst because we got busy, and I've still never seen season 3. I say this all the time, and I love season 1 and 2, so I need to actually.
I don't think I have either, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Maul. Would you recommend it? Or not really, unless you've like seen Rebels and Clone Wars.
I think it's good.
It's like bouncing off that, right?
It is. I think you could still watch it by itself. I think it's good, but I don't think it's like you gotta. I know Taylor's gonna be like, oh, same with Ahsoka, you gotta see it. I don't think you have to see it.
Between that and Ahsoka, what should I watch first?
Maul. Like it's
easier to watch.
Well, like it depends. If it's live thing where you maybe want to be on Ahsoka season 2 reviews and watch that live, than Ahsoka. But I think Maul is a better show overall. I think it's more concise with its story. Where Ahsoka is way more of the like, oh, there's this guy and this thing. Maul is pretty by itself if you just kind of figure out a few things and you go from there.
That's a good honest explanation, because of course Taylor's always pumping me to go watch Ahsoka, and he's he's the most biased because Thrawn's in there and all of his clones and fucking.
Anakin, you asked, was Anakin in there? He's like, oh, I don't know. It's like it's announced that he's in season 2. It's in.
I like know that he's in there, and he still won't answer me. He's like,
again, he's come back for season 2. They've confirmed this already. Like, and that's something too that also came out over the. Sorry,
he's doing that on the Resident Evil retros too. This fucker. It's like, is this person in the next movie?
I don't want to say.
I'm not answering.
And it's like the movie ended with him alive. I just want to know because they recast people all the time. I'm not gonna say. And then we just search up Google. Why did you do that? You're ruining it. You're ruining it. No, Boyega, like, I hope he comes back. Like, that's great. I hope they get the whole band together, like the whole band together. Obviously, I don't know about Kylo.
Oscar Isaac.
He said he'd do Star Wars again if he needed a house, so I'm sure he probably needs a house. You know, I'm sure he's down to
doing some heavy gambling.
Sure, if that gets him back to Star Wars. But like I think that's your best bet. And that's where it's like I'm so curious the next 2 years, because like I think we all see that Mandalorian and Grogu's gonna do either underwhelmed to just okay. Like not even fun, like just okay. And that's what it is. Again, technically if that was like season 4 of the show, they're gonna probably count that as a win because like, well, we're making money off of what we would like. We would have already got this money in Disney Plus, and now we're getting people to pay in the theaters, right? So I think they're probably happy with it. It is a bit cheaper. The test is Starfighter, and that's the thing of like, I don't know how that's going to do because maybe people are excited for just a one-off with Ryan Gosling after Project Hail Mary, or maybe they don't care because I know you said that, and we've talked about this many times. I've said this before. I do think for some people, Star Wars is just Skywalker, right? I know someone might say like, oh, Rogue One, but it's like, Rogue One's in a difficult situation because technically there's a Skywalker in there, but that's also just coming off the hype of Force Awakens. That felt like Star Wars is back. You had the good graces. It's the same thing as Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel made $1 billion because that was the hype of Endgame and Infinity War, right? So Rogue One is like what it would be, an exception to the rule. I do think that if Starfighter crashes and burns, then I think that you do have to go with the sequel series. And I know we have that what's his name, Simon Kinberg. He's working on a trilogy, which is apparently episode 10, 11, 12. They just don't want to announce that yet because like I don't think they want to commit to that in case these scripts fucking suck. But
smart.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I think get Boyega back. I think age up Grogu, get him back. The thing that I think is annoying, I want to see what happens, that came out over the weekend where I gave you guys that scoop because it's from a guy who's like a podcaster, but he's not a scooper, but he's gotten stuff right before. And then this weekend, a B-tier scooper did put out that other than Ahsoka Season 2, Hayden Christensen's expected to be in 2 other projects. And then, of course, he's in the Discord while he's like, well, he's a Force Ghost for Luke or Kylo, and then he's in the Clone Wars movie. I said this to Taya, and this was a conversation because I sent it to him first because I know he's a big Anakin guy. And I was like, oh, what do you think about this? And we went to talk back and forth, and he said something about the ghost. Like, no, like this scooper said, like, they're going to bring him back, like resurrect him, not like a Force ghost be dead. He's like, yeah, and I could see how with Luke, there's a storyline with the drugs. Like, the same thing pitched to you. I'm like, no. Like, they said he's going to be back. Like, they're going to bring him back. He's like, yeah, I guess I just don't know what movie you'd pluck him from. I guess I'll just do a Force Ghost. I'm like, no, they said he's back. They said, like, the scooper said, like,
and Palpatine, somehow he's back.
100%. And I know because Taylor tried to explain to you, and he explained it correctly, which I'm with you. I like that you learned that. I hate that there's time travel in Star Wars, but he explained, like, how they've set it up is, you can only take someone out of a certain era and then bring them back, right? It's fucking a fictional world. There was not time travel in Star Wars until the show Rebels. They could literally just be like, we took out his Force ghost and he's like resurrected that way. To me, here's the thing. I can see being a good story think about that as a guy who was a space Nazi, the head of the table, destroying billions of lives, and how do you deal with that, and how do you come back from that, and what do you do? But guess what? That's the fucking storyline they should be doing with Kylo Ren then, not Anakin Skywalker. That's the setup right there. Is he's the same character in that realm, right? Of he destroyed 5 planets, he killed a bunch of people. What do you do when you're trying to come back from that and become yourself? To me, if whatever project or movie, maybe I'm just a bitch, I'm doing this with the Punisher too. If Anakin actually comes back, I think that's a fail for me because it's a bold idea, but that starts again creep into shit. And I already treat this stuff as like what if.
The whole project would be a fail. It could be an amazing script, but that one thing would fail the whole thing.
Because to me, it's just like
that sounds pretty extreme, Travis. And only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Then I'll be a fucking Sith, or I'll be an Inquisitor. That's not a Sith, and whatever. So you're gonna tell me, like, Kirk, imagine the next time you watch Return of the Jedi, and Vader, like, your sister was right, and Vader dies, and then in like 5 years they find a way to resurrect Anakin.
That already
and he comes
happened
back.
with Palpatine, right? Palpatine was thrown
But
down the
that's
chute.
different. That's not like he didn't have a heartfelt moment. That wasn't a big thing for like Luke and Leia.
Fair.
And Vader sacrifices himself for his son to destroy Emperor. And then you tell me 5 years later he comes back and like he's looking young and hot and everything.
Now. Yeah,
just like
slinging dick.
I still
boning Twi'leks.
Oh, that's Padme's great dad. Well, I guess no, he'd be related. I guess just a cousin or something. But like,
it's gonna be a scene of him in that Twi'lek, like that fucking photo you always share.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's going hard at work. Like that photo you shared, that one lady. That's great technique. But for me, that is something that I don't like when they fuck with the originals already enough. That would hurt me. Even if, because people go, how does this affect the sequels? I guarantee you they'd bring them back. They'd be in this like Thrawn trilogy and then like Anakin dies again. But like, I don't even like this idea either. But if you go, hey, Travis, Hayden Christensen, we're bringing him back. What do we do? I'd say, fine. Just go make the fucking live-action Clone Wars movie. That is just nostalgia bait to get us there. But that's fine because there's new details. If you tell me that Vader dies in Return of the Jedi and then comes back 5 to 10 years later and then dies again as like a good guy, that shit where I'm like, and even then, they always say, oh, yeah, Filoni, he's the understudy of George. He's George's right-hand man. Like, I hope he... I won't go that far. You're the Sith, but I hope he's at least talking to George like, hey, how would you feel if I brought Anakin Skywalker back to life? Because I don't know. I just feel like George would be like, no, thank you. Like, not like, don't do that, please. So yeah, he would beat the shit of Filoni. Just comes out all bruised. So there's more
fucking cowboy hat right off his head.
Just shits in it, sets it on fire, the whole shebang. So yeah, there's more heat to this fire, is what I'm saying, and I'm not looking forward if they do that. Don't get me wrong, it's bold, but bold does not always favor the bold. Or what is it? What features?
Fortune favors the bold.
Yes, and I think this is a potentially push people away sort of thing.
You make great points. I agree with you, pretty much completely. The thing that irks me the most about that is like, why? Why do we have to bring him back? It's so unnecessary. You close the chapter on that character. He had
twice, really.
You had yeah,
with
yeah,
the
absolutely.
And
you
the
could
originals.
do because in the originals, it's like this fucking dark character that you don't really know who he is, and then at the end it's like the redemption type thing.
Yes.
But like he's so far gone, he's not going to be able to sail out to the. They I guess they still have the fucking Force Ghost.
Well, he goes to
thing where he's
space
in Force
heaven. He gets to hang
he
out
goes
with
to space
Obi-Wan.
heaven.
Yeah.
And then in the prequel series, like say what you will about those, but like it does a really good job at setting up like just who this character is and
Well, I'm going to push back, and you're really good
for the
job.
specific character at least. I'll say.
I heard you say that on the Weekly Geek. No, there's no.
But like you see more of his journey.
Then what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Brad Pitt, let me keep going.
Sounds like we got to do a commentary track again, but no, continue.
No, so yeah, say what you will about it, but for the specific character, it's not like it's taking away things from the original series with Vader, right? It's not like he's doing things in the prequel. It's like Vader would never do this. Well, it's because he's not Vader at this point, and like when he is Vader, he's fully past the point of episode 3 when he's like fucking killing younglings.
I hate that shit. They're the same guy. They're not. It's not a fucking Venom symbiote, you know.
What do you mean?
Anakin and Darth Vader are the same guy.
Same guy. But Anakin in the first movie isn't the genocide maniac that he is when he becomes Darth Vader.
I don't know. You give him a
in episode
lightsaber,
1.
He's already a shit kid when he's like, my name's Anakin.
He could be, okay.
Are you an angel? I'm a person, and my name's Anakin.
Okay, yeah.
And then in
not
the
done
second
well,
movie,
but
he
still,
slaughters a bunch of sand people.
I don't care. I don't care about that. That's showing the cracks of the evil that's inside of him, right? It's the dark side kind of showing itself. But if we're doing like what we're proposing here, Filoni wearing his cowboy, yeah, we're just gonna bring him back. He's just gonna be a fucking good guy now. Like it's like what they're doing, which I do like more. But like in the new modern Mortal Kombat movies, in the Mortal Kombat video games, they literally reset the timeline, and like evil characters, some of them at least, are just like good guys now, and it fits because you went through the whole journey of that. But this is
you also
just
reset the timeline,
and that's why it works, and that's why
I'd have
it fits
way
in
more
that
respect
universe.
if they just said, "Hey." And even then, that's what I know people don't want them to do, but I'd have way more respect if they say, "Hey, we're gonna remake we're gonna do Phantom Menace again, or we're gonna do Attack, like whatever, we're gonna do prequel movies again," and it's gonna be a little
Natalie
weird,
Portman's
but we're
still in it because she still looks young.
Well, yeah, and we're gonna bring back Hayden Christensen. I would just have more respect if they just said like, we're just gonna make like a multiverse what if movie, like not like the MCU way where all these characters are gonna clash. Just like imagine if they said, "Hey, we're gonna make a movie. What if he didn't become Darth Vader?" I think that poster right there of just Anakin with Darth Vader over his fucking shoulder and the tagline just like, what if he didn't become Vader? People will pay that. Even if you tell them, hey, this is just a made up, like, this isn't the canon. This does not change anything. It's just, what is a 2-hour movie of what would happen? What would happen to Palpatine? All that stuff. There's fun stuff there, and people have a good ride. They've done that so many times with Terminator and Halloween of like, oh yeah, Halloween 3 and 4, those don't exist. Oh, the Rob Zombie movies don't exist. Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800 is like the same Terminator, but like 4 different times. We're like, okay, Terminator 3 didn't exist. Terminator Genesis didn't exist. So it's like people would accept if like, we just want to do something like, because movies at the end of the day are just like, obviously there's a lot more than that, right? But these movies have some fun to them. So I just feel like, just do that then. Hayden is old enough, and you got Ewan around, and then introduce a new thing, or maybe make it that it's Hayden versus the fucking Palpatine. Make it a happy ending. And you go, oh, that makes it even worse when you watch the prequels because if he would have turned good, things could have worked out okay. But that's what makes the hurt more because they didn't turn out good, But no, if it's just like, oh well, we found a way to bring him back, and I get it, right? I can see the poster of Luke with some actor, and then Hayden Christensen, which again, to me, you have to do actors. I don't think you can do deep
Jamie
fakes.
Dornan.
Yeah, get Jamie Dornan as Luke Skywalker. No, get Sebastian. Like I can see the poster of the Skywalkers, and I can see why that's the nudge of Skywalkers. Go back to them, but I think it sets up very bad potential for things to go erratic very fast.
There's just so many more avenues that it can go wrong than going right, and like, is that worth doing that? Like bringing Hayden Christensen back to be Anakin for this redemption thing, because like you already brought up, like it could just sour how people look of those original movies now. Like now you're affecting the properties that are already done, and these wouldn't even be prequel movies to sometimes you have issues with prequels because it's like, well, we already know how that is going to go. This is technically a sequel, but it still fucks with the original because now it's like the motivations, or not necessarily the motivations, but just like what
the fallout
Anakin goes through. Yeah, the fallout as Vader, and like making that big decision to choose with Luke, like the light side of the Force versus going with Palpatine. Like it's just such a heavy moment that leads up to just like a really intense ending. And then I just hate that idea of messing with that. And at the end of the day, I'm also just gonna hate that idea because why the fuck are we doing this? Like, there's so much stuff we can do in Star Wars. Why are
Yeah, it's money though. That's
and
why
you are
they
right.
just feel like it's
You are right,
Skywalkers,
and it
right?
is a business decision. But like, I can still just not like it for that reason.
Oh no, I'm not saying to like it. Yeah, but that's probably just why they look like Skywalkers, money. People like
and you're probably dead on.
Anakin.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, do Anakin and Ahsoka and all that stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. I hope that doesn't happen. It's going to be an interesting next couple years with Ahsoka. Like again, Ahsoka season 2 is coming out 4 years later after the first season. I think between Ahsoka and Mando and Starfighter, I really don't know. It's very similar to James Gunn when he took over DC, and almost luckily for him, all those movies bombed like Flash and Shazam. But it would have been like, okay, what would you have done if Flash was $1 billion movie? The reverse, right? Like, do you stick with that? Is Ezra still around? Same thing here. It's like if Starfighter is a hit or a bomb, that changes so much. But yeah, we will see. Kirklin, you ready to get some Euphoria? Talking about some bombs going on.
Yeah. Round out this episode. 2 more minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute review. Here we go. Yeah, I really like. I paused it, and we had about 20 minutes left, and I was like, man.
I think I paused it at that exact same moment. Actually, I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty
like
sure it's the exact same
24 minutes.
moment.
I think I had like somewhere around there.
I was so worried I was gonna pause it, and it was gonna be like 10 minutes into the episode, but no, it was past the halfway point. I'm pretty sure it was like 24 minutes. I'm not even kidding. So that's funny. We did the same thing.
And I did that, and I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about tonight. And that's why we do this cast, because unfortunately there's not much. I imagine we'll have a lot to talk about in the finale because it's an hour and a half, but we're only 2 episodes left, thank goodness. Next week's the penultimate, and we got this. But yeah, there was one scene in here that I actually think was great, and it was kind of a shame. I'm sure some people won't like it as like, oh my God, Jules hit Rue. That's not great. I don't know what shippers and whatnot do. I'm not saying that's right to abuse your partner either, right? But like, I'm just saying, like, for watching TV show, that was a great scene. And that, what it did though, the reverse of like, oh, we got something great. It just made me more sad because I went, oh right, the show could be almost this all the time. And it wasn't. The first 20 minutes is like the origin of Alamo, which is like, okay, fine enough. I didn't hate it, but like the origins of that. Rue twice in this episode has put her life is on the line, and we know she's not gonna fucking die. Maddie's got one scene that's just about Almo's club. I guess I was thankful that Cassie actually didn't have much to do with the club. She was there for a moment, but yeah, not much happened in this episode, and yeah, it just did. I guess I can say it. It just maybe did feel like a waste of my time. Like I could just watch that Jules and Rules scene, and I thought that actually was great and fun, and not fun, but just like a good dynamic for the characters. But the rest of this episode was really nothing for me.
Why was that scene so great for you? Is it just because they're like talking about what could have been, and like the tragedy that'll never happen?
I think they have both the characters down. I like that. There's one line they gave Hunter Schafer I really love when Rue's like, "Oh, well, we had this great time, blah blah blah," and then Jules like, well, you make these plans with me, and then you ditch me. And she's like, you want to be in love, but what's this relationship you talk about? Like, is it in your fucking head? Like, and it is true because like Ruth's just like kind of still almost reminiscing about what they had, and she's like, we're not even dating. Like, we're like, what are you talking about? Our relationship. So I liked that, and the setup of they are still in very different places, but it was lots of echoes of the past. But I still like them, and in a very dramatic way, we're just slapping the shiver and that painting falling down stuff. So I liked the scene, but it sounds like you're maybe on the other end of it.
I didn't mind the scene. It was showing seeds of like a completely potentially different script for this season. I think is like Rue in a shitty situation. Like let's get away from the drug running event and like the crime thriller of what the season is. But like just like an addict that is like really, I don't want to say far gone, but has made a lot of decisions where like her path to normalcy is just very, very difficult. And when she's talking about like picturing a life of like having, you know, a loved one and like kid, like I think that's really beautiful and exciting and nothing that we get in this season at all. So like them just talking about that here, and like I feel like Hunter Schafer has been such like a sideline character this entire season. So unfortunately, she's so good like in the scenes that she's in, but they're just so few far between. I'm still fucking confused why we ever had her working with Lexi, because that was never even talked about after. Not even had a scene between the two of them.
No.
So unfortunate that happened. like well acted for sure, but I was just frustrated by it because it's like we're dipping our toes a little bit into this, like she's somewhat judging Jules' character's position. Like she's just satisfied being this kind of object, like right, like she's just able to.
She's almost
paint
calling her a
in this world.
prostitute in a way too, right? Like the
Which
way
she
like,
kind of
going-
is.
Yeah, which is like, but again, it's like, well, what, like, how does Rue? You can't do that. That's why I like Jules's reaction because like she has no leg to stand on here, Rue. Like what
Man,
she does in her business.
She Mike
you know?
Tyson knocked out. Like for a moment, I didn't think Rue was getting up. Like she was just like limped underneath the giant canvas.
That's how she dies in this show. Just an aneurysm blows up in her head. You know.
So yeah, I don't think it's a bad scene. It just made me upset because it's like I just wish we had more of this dynamic. I think, and like we get so much of those two interacting in the first two seasons. I was hanging out with some friends today, and my one friend just like rewatched season 1 and season 2, started season 3, and just turned it off. And I'm like, yeah, you don't even have to watch it. Like, especially going like through the rewatch that early and having season 1 and season 2 fresh in your mind, like it would just be that much more aggravating. Like it's been a little while. Like I didn't rewatch the show beforehand. I think I would rewatch at least season 1 and season 2 and just call it there.
Yeah, because again, we said season 2 almost ended in a place where you could end it, right? Like
totally,
Rue and Jules don't
yeah.
end up together, but that's not always the perfect ending. And even Cassie and Nate, you could just say, oh, they're just gonna have a fucked up marriage. Like you can kind of headcanon all, which they already did, right? But
Yeah.
you could headcanon a lot of those endings. Be like, okay, this is the ending. We're now what we got. Like Mike says, 30 minutes of nonstop Alamo, guys. Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
got right now.
So yeah, that scene happened between Hunter Schafer and Zendaya, and then actually Rue in the elevator after. Such a great actress, just like the lip quiver and like emotion that she's carrying, just seeing like the elevator going down. Yeah, really,
That
really
was
good stuff
great.
there.
Even when she was like in her hand in the sand, like, "Hey man, what you doing, man? Hey, let's talk." Like her just being that like
When
charming.
she's like talking to what's her face on the phone.
Yeah, which like what the fuck was that? When that's how she got out of the hole was because she knows her. That was the ending 2 episodes ago when like all this bitch
Yeah.
has big lips, and then it's like you know her, and they look at Rue. I guess maybe she didn't tell them, but it's like that was the way she got out of it. The whole that stuff is still annoying too. Of like,
So messy.
why is Alamo even working with Lori and them? Lori is her and her 2 sons, and Lori, I don't know if she's
Yeah.
shooting guns. Alamo looks like this big operation. Why have they not gone there, shot the place up, and got the fucking
Killed
key?
everyone and
yeah,
just take
why
the whole
is-
safe.
We've talked about it so many times, but it gets more frustrating every time where he's just like, you better not so much stick a pinky up my ass. Like, I have no, like, I'm not scared of you at all right now. You've threatened to kill these people. Like, Rue, you don't. You're bending over backwards to make it work with Lori when they just need to find something. Like, how do they? I just feel like they, whether it's Sam or whoever he's working with or even alone, you need to find something for Lori to have over him, for him to do, not kill her, do all this stuff. So it's like, hey, if I die, X, Y, and Z happens. So you can't do that. But right now, it looks like Almo's this big operation. Like I said, it's baby's first like crime drama. Why have they not killed each other? Why did even we talked about last time? Why did the boys even do the things they did? It just doesn't make any sense. And yeah, Mike was right too. That her acting in the church scene was great. Yeah, Zendaya always again she's outclassing the show every step of the time she's here. You know.
And yeah, she was great in that church scene. While it was happening, I was sad because it's like, okay, she's a great actress, like she's so good just going off the phone, but I wish we had kind of like a diner scene where she's like actually interacting with another actress, right?
That-
like her
she
mom.
just got paid
and then,
to sit there
and then
and
we
love
see
your
her
room.
mom, and then we see her mom because at first I'm like, okay, yeah, like they just didn't get the actress back for the season, whatever. And then she just shows her at the, like, I guess story reasons they should be separate for this point in time. I guess that's the devil's advocate kind of reasoning there, but like, fuck, man, like
Have her
I
come
don't
in
know,
town one day then. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm in town. I'm gonna visit you, Rue. Done.
And like the way the camera was shot, it's like from behind Rue, and then it's like approaching her. I assumed something was gonna happen, whether it was like bad people coming to grab her, or it was gonna be like someone she cares about, like the mom or something. I don't know. Back in my head, I'm like, did they actually get scenes with what's his name, Angus Cloud, like before he passed? Like, is this we're gonna have like some weird Fez thing? Yeah, no, you know, all these things were going through my head in that moment. Obviously, it didn't happen. So that scene was good. Oh, what were we just talking about? Oh, the Alamo stuff. Yeah, I just so frustrated with all this stuff. Just like the unrealistic logistics of like Lori has something in this safe that is like the most important thing to Alamo's existence. It seems like this is like his fucking soul stone in this chest, and like it's not even
Kill her and
like
get
he's
it
taking
back.
his time to do this. He's like making Rue go do this like on her own. It's like, it's your plan. Better work out. It's
Yeah,
like,
what
if
if Rue
this is this
fucking leaves?
important, fucking drive your truck right through the front fucking door and just kill everyone. And then like it seems so weird. Like the differences in stakes, I think, to what's going on with all that stuff. And man, yeah, Cassie, I'm glad she wasn't really a part of the Alamo things. When I was watching this episode specifically, though, I'm like, why the fuck is Nate Jacobs even in the show? Like I'm sorry, I love Elordi. In this, every week it's like he's a fucking cartoon character. Like he's Roadrunner running away from Wile E. Coyote is what he seems like. This big ass dude. He's just taking off more appendages and then sending them to Cassie. But like for Cassie's storyline, she didn't even have to be married to Nate to do this stuff. Like you can easily just have her start of this season. She's just doing her OnlyFans thing because that's how she's getting. Like she's always been objectified, and then now she's like being able to use that as a tool to like get money. Like that's an easy thing. You don't have to do this weird marriage dynamic where Nate's getting his fingers and toes chopped off. The scene where she's doing like the scene play out for LA Knights, and then she's having like it actually reminded me of Daredevil when she's seeing Muse, like the therapist. I thought she was gonna be seeing this big Russian dude just appear, but didn't happen. But that also just felt weird, and like she never seemed really PTSD'd at any point beyond that. Like it was just a weird moment for that to happen.
You remind me, have you ever seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang
with
Downey and Val Kilmer?
I don't think I have, actually.
There's a scene in there where Downey's on the run because he's also a criminal. His friend gets killed, and he runs into this office, and it's for auditions. And he auditions for, and it's like first 10 minutes, so I'm not spoiling anything. And he's like just talking about how his friend died, but they think he's auditioning for the role. And like, oh, this guy's such a fucking good actor, and he gets the role, and he's not even an actor. And that's what they did here, where it's because she's having this trauma. And they're like, what are you doing, improv? And it's like, all right. And even then, the Hollywood stuff, it's all over the map with like what they're doing. Because I'm like, why wouldn't they would just fucking say cut? They would just say cut when they're like, what the fuck is she? Like, she's nobody. She's an extra, like in her first role. They would just say cut though.
But I somewhat bought, right? Because like the director is like observe. It's like, oh, look at her form. Like she's very womanly, and like.
But that was before the scene started.
That's good for TV, right? No, the scene's playing. She's walking into into the room.
But I mean, sorry, I meant before she started to do the like the go the other way with it, like start to improv. Yeah. At that point, why
like
they
went
don't
on
just
a long
say,
time. Yeah.
It's just like the same thing we said a couple weeks ago with Hunter Schafer and the painting. Why are they like, oh, like you fix it, it's fine. It's like. Just why wouldn't they just hire someone
else?
There
was no resolution. No. Like I wanted a Rue and Lexi interaction, but there's not even like your friend fucked up our set. She threw paint everywhere.
No.
Yeah, so bizarre there, but
Mike was with you on the Looney Tunes of Jacob Elordi, which is so funny.
Goofy.
They don't even have time to be like, we're gonna film the scene of Jacob at the plants, because what he does is he's just mad now, so he's gonna run the plants, destroy them. He's saying a bunch of obscenities. They don't even have this where he does this and then he gets one of the guys waiting there. They just do the thing where he shows up there, he's destroying plants, and then like 15 seconds later, they just cut to the bodyguard guy, and he's just there watching him, and he's gonna go take another appendage. It's just like they don't even have time to pace it out a little bit and like do a surprise. It's just like, just put those scenes together and get it done. And like, yeah, like even last week, again, not great, but you could see, okay, he gets his stuff taken again, and then you got to at least get the dynamic of him using Cassie, right? He's sitting around doing nothing. He's dancing, so you're making him be a shitty character. It's okay. He's just using his wife for money. That might play into something. Don't know if it's gonna. We have 2 episodes left. This did nothing. At first, I thought when he's yelling at the plants, I'm like, okay, now we're here. I thought we're at the point where he snapped, and maybe that's the case, but we're at the point he snapped, and now he's gonna be like, get that gun the next time he whatever, like he's gonna go after them or whatever. But nah, he just gets fucked up again and again. There's 2 episodes left, and Mike, I'm sorry to say, you said Domingo was smart to stay away after the first episode. He still has 1 more episode. There's still a scene of him in the trailer, so it is funny every time I boot up this show. Coleman Domingo's like the 3rd or 4th biggest person on that poster, and he had like a 30-minute second scene with Rue. But yeah, Coleman Domingo does at least have 1 more episode, so buckle up. But yeah, the Elordi stuff, that sucked, and hey, good for him for getting paid, I guess. But yeah, what a what a disappointment this whole thing has been with Nate Jacobs. One of the most That's probably Nate Jacobs is the most disappointing thing, you know, and that's
I would
a
totally
bummer
agree with that.
He was one of my favorite characters.
Phenomenal actors.
Yep.
And a great character. So it's like a great combo to get some good juice out of there. And like they're not even trying. They're not even trying to do anything with his character. That's why it's like it's tough to just kill him off for how it was left on season 2, but like you could have done that. He's so like non-consequential to the actual story of what's going on. It's not even like that Nas guy is like interacting with Alamo or something or Lauren or anything. Like it's just so off to the side quest or so off to the side like a side quest where like
which you could have done
miscellaneous
too.
quest.
Like I wouldn't have liked it because I've always said like if a Lori got killed off, we'd be sitting like, oh man, they killed him. But then what they should have done is that wedding episode when he had that one scene with Jules and it was nothing. They should have made that like the Nate Jacobs episode where he has a long scene with Jules, he has a long scene with Cal, he's like a long scene with Sweeney, and then you could have made that when he gets killed off. That's why Sweeney's just doing the OnlyFans thing stuff, right? Because now she's alone. You could even have these people after her now, right? As far as like, hey, your husband owed us money.
I kind of thought that's what it was.
You still owe us money, which now seems like the case, which is weird to get her involved, which she's like on her own, but whatever. But that if it would have been this huge highlight, because shows do that, right? Where it's like this episode's gonna really focus on this character, and then after that's the goodbye, then it would have went down easier. But we haven't even got that, and we're not gonna get that. So it's just Nate Jacobs just doing random, like you said, Looney Tunes type of shit.
I swear there was like goofy music going on in that scene when he's stomping the flowers too. It was just so weird to watch.
Some Benny Hill, yeah.
Okay. I had some. Oh, okay. My favorite scene in the Star episode that actually made me chuckle, because I was like you. I paused it at whatever that same point at 24 minutes left. Even earlier today, like when I was talking to Hidalgo was there. He made it back from his boat ride. No hantavirus or anything, so good on that. Super Mike, he's gonna end up as a stump. Yeah, fuck, he's gonna be like Justin Long in Tusk. He's just gonna be
yeah.
But yeah, no, like just like hanging out. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go watch Euphoria, and like it actually feels like a fucking chore now. Whereas usually HBO shows on a Sunday evening, whether it's House of Dragon, Game of Thrones stuff, like it's okay. Whatever's going on in the show, it's well made, which I guess this is well made. Like
it's still well shot, well acted for the most part, right?
But
no
just
one's acting bad, but
it's literally a chore to watch. Like, and when I turn on the episode and I see 1 hour and 1 minute, I'm like, for fuck's okay, here we go.
Give
like,
me a 37-minute Disney
Sunday
Plus
long
version,
weekend.
please.
Let's do this. Yeah, like I was just so bummed out and didn't really react at all. Except for this one scene, because I actually laughed, and it's when the director and like the director lady, and then like who's that other lady? Would that be like the showrunner, like director's assistant or something? I don't know. It's not Lexi, but like that other lady who wears glasses.
I think I know which line you're.
Yeah, so they're going, they're going, and like back and forth. Lexi, and Lexi's just like the ultimate hater on her sister. Like, she does OnlyFans, does blah blah blah.
She's just an applicant. She has one scene.
Yeah, does JOIs. It's like, oh, what's JOIs? It's jerk off instruction. It goes to the other lady. She's like, they need instructions.
Yeah. Me and Emily laughed.
I actually laughed out loud. That was a great line delivery too by that lady. Yeah. And that was where kind of my enjoyment peaked on this whole episode, which is kind of crazy. The Alamo flashback stuff, I'm with you. Like it was fine. I didn't really like it was. Holy shit, okay, yeah, that Preston guy really got fucked over big time.
Yeah, I'm just not needing an explanation, too, because they're like, and from that day, Alamo knew a bitch wouldn't fuck him over ever again. It's like, well, a bitch is fucking him over all the time. Like,
yeah, I
don't know, man. It's not like that. Like, it didn't make him be cold-hearted. He's giving Rue multiple chances. He's working with Lori after Lori's fucked him over and, like, shot one of his guys. Like, what? Like, she is fucking you over, man. Like, what are
probably
you talking
dead
about?
now, right? That guy's probably
I think he's dead. Yeah, so it's like, come on, you know?
Yeah. What else have we talked about? Who am I missing?
Nothing. She called her friend. They get the key, which is like a fine scene. I guess she's having a baby with the Nazi. She got a Nazi tattoo, so you got that. You got Maddie again. Nothing this episode. Just kind of disputed with Alamo about needing the girls to have like time off so she can work with them more. And he's like, not happening to me. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Didn't do anything for me, any of those scenes.
Yeah, it's like, cool.
Man.
More in Alamo, so.
I loved Maddie from early seasons. She was so awesome. Like all of her quotes were so great. Like I just missed using her gifs. Bitch, you best be joking. Like just so back burner again. Like she's more in the forefront than the Jules of the world, which I would argue is a much more interesting character just for her like interactions with Rue, as well as the other characters. Obviously, we don't really have Cal this season for many different reasons. But yeah, it's just overall like I don't think I'll ever be able to forget. Like, I'm not gonna be able to pass this show unless the finale is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I opened the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, and that's what that finale is. Like, unless it's that. This is going to be a fail.
There's no way.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Unless that happens. Actually, good shout out, Superman. I really love the scene too. Actually,
I don't know if he loved it. He just asked what it was.
No, it just I love that he brought it up to remind me because Bishop, that character again, man. Get him in more things. Get him in a Tarantino movie or something. His line deliveries when he's just like in the shadows, just telling this fucking terrifying story to Rue, and just like Zendaya's just selling like the fear that he's kind of implementing, and like the analogy of like a snake and betrayal. Snakes be what was that supposed to mean? Just like you can't trust anyone, right? That's kind of
that, and because he was talking about like not eating the one thing to get the bigger meal. I think it was a way where he's almost implying like, hey, we could have killed you, Rue, like anytime, but not doing that is to get the bigger thing, which is Lori, right? Because if we take out Rue, maybe that's a dead link and she can't get that phone call, can't get the key. But I think it's still that way of like, you're still going to get Aiden. And then he threatens the mom. I'm with you, Mike. I don't think the analogy was the cleanest. Even with Rue, like, almost getting hit by the car and then pulling over the trees on the fire. It's like, okay, she's like,
that scene so
had her
much.
come to Jesus moment. It's like, this is not good. Like, this is not good stuff. It's just like, it's just so cheesy. It's again, it's like, we got 2 episodes left and we're still trying to do the God storyline with Rue. It's like, you've barely touched on that. That was introduced in episode 1. It's come up a couple times. That's not a storyline. That's like a couple ideas you've had. But it's not an active storyline of Rue trying to find Jesus or God or anything, right? And I don't know. And then we had also Cassie. We talked about it a little bit, but she did her first acting gig. She started to have PTSD. Had a moment. Then they're like, "Oh, she's really good," and that's fine enough. She did actually surprisingly delete the OnlyFans. I was surprised by that. I didn't think she was going to, but man, does that fuck over Nate, because she's gonna have she's not gonna be making copious amounts of money. She's just like a day player.
I know. I thought of that too. I'm like, she's probably making so much money, and like her contract with Maddie is technically breached now, so I'm sure there'll be a little bit of drama there.
And I guess I don't know how Hollywood works, but I just don't know if they would ask her to at that level delete her OnlyFans. Really, I can understand her being a bigger star, but at that level, I don't think.
Yeah, if you're cast in Marvel, probably not.
Yeah, but here it's just so far you've one scene on LA Nights or whatever. It's like, you want to join our journey and maybe it is, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the reason I feel like I'm wrong is because just the world we live in right now, where a lot of people do a lot of that. Okay, look at Sydney Sweeney. She's not doing OnlyFans, but she does a lot of sex sell stuff. I don't know. I guess again, it's different because she became a big star and that happened. So I really don't know. I guess I can't speak to that. Maybe that is a thing with newer actors. They'd be like, "Hey, we really want you to get rid of that," because I know that has happened in the wrestling industry. So maybe that's the case. I just don't know then why the Cassie character maybe would. Because as we talked about, and even Lexi called this episode when she's like, "Oh, it's my dream." It's like, you've never wanted to be an actress. We said that's never been a thing. So just for money wise, why wouldn't she keep going that route? So I don't know. And then she got Nate's finger. Now she has no fucking money to give them. So what's she gonna do?
Superbad Mike says, plus the content's still out there. Deleting profile does nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So it's just why not keep it up there just for safekeeping to be sure? Because I'm not sure if you were to delete OnlyFans, would you lose all your money then right away? If you
there'd be no way for. Yeah, I think you.
You wouldn't be able to withdraw anything anymore.
Yeah, because the money couldn't go anywhere. I think they would pay through the service, I would imagine. Yeah.
So it's just gone. So Nate's he's gonna lose his fucking face next episode now, because that was the only thing he was getting, and now he's destroying the plants. So anything else?
Yeah, I don't think any Nate Jacobs scenes could redeem anything for the character now.
It'd have to be that finale you pitched with the. We talked about a couple weeks ago. Yeah, the longest episode in HBO history.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I get now. Listen, I know everyone's gonna throw out the idol, and I do understand that. I don't necessarily blame HBO from a business point of view, because Euphoria was so massive, And if you're thinking, hey, if this show is, and I think it's still doing well numbers, like I'd have to look, but anytime I've seen like streaming numbers, I think it's doing well. So I think that that's still there. But if you think quality wise, it's going to be as massive, I think Euphoria season 1 and 2, maybe not perfect, but were so experimental and so well received and so liked, and such a, especially season 2 is such a water cooler show of that night on social media when those episodes would drop was tons of fun. Yeah, and to Mike's point, it was nominated for Emmys. I can see HBO why. This isn't the thing like, how do you do that? I can see looking at the pedigree of 1 and 2 being like, yeah, you want the finale to be an hour and a half? Go. I don't think that would be the case for a season 4, which I hope there's not. Even then, I don't. If there's ever season 4, I don't think you're getting reviews from us on that, unless it's the gold whatever finale. But I can see why HBO gave them so much budget and time. Obviously, don't know if it's panned out, but again, I don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe if it's still getting viewed, it might not get the awards thing. But I don't even know. Like, I'd have to look up Euphoria ratings. I mean, see if that's even out there right now. Euphoria.
I'm not really on the Twitter socials anymore, but like when in that season when like Rue's running, I remember those just being memes and everything. Like, is that still happening? Like the day after, like people are posting about it?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No, it's just a lot of disappointment. But even then, I have to see the numbers, right? But like Euphoria season 3 premiered to 8.5 million, 44% higher than season 2. As far as HBO, they're probably happy, right? People are watching.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people are like us that are, I'm not meaning to hate watch it, but are kind of like that. That's where I think it's just that frame of, well, I'm gonna stick with this, just because I was there before. I want to see all these characters get their ending and everything. But yeah, I'm trying for May 14th. Let's see. Euphoria makes chart debut as season 3 premiere. Oh no, that's a problem with streaming numbers. Some of these numbers are like very far behind in like weeks, because like even like some of these season, like the premiere of this episode, the premiere of this season, some of the stats weren't coming out till May 14th. So I think it won't be till a bit till we find out a bunch of stuff as far as how it did, but I imagine they're happy with it. If you're doing 44% bigger than the other one, I don't know how big the drop is. There could have been a drop, but I don't know. Maybe people are still just same thing, right? They're like us. It's just like, well, I'm going to stick with it. I've seen this enough, so.
Yeah. Mike says, if it is the last, might become the new worst final season of a show.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would definitely be in contention there. Let's see.
There's a decent amount of those.
Yeah, but I think it's tough because like even something like Dexter started to be not great, and then the final season also was not great. Where this was like season 1, 2 being so high, like
good point.
That's the quality. But this came out last week on May 14th. So Euphoria logged 556 million minutes of watch time on HBO Max the weekend or the week of 13th and 19th. So there you go. It's like takes a whole month to get streaming numbers. For 8th place among acquired series, Nielsen shows blah 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 blah. Not much. It just debuted in the charts, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's just doing well, but we'll have to see after the fact. But I think all around there won't be a season 4. So
one can hope.
Yeah. Anything else?
No. We extend this Euphoria review 2 hours long. Look at that.
Yeah, we did. We managed to go top up for 25 minutes. So there you go. So that is our review for Euphoria season 3, episode 6.
Forgot to do that actually.
Yeah, these crazy episodes. I can get better at the plugs, but yeah, shout out Patreon producers. Superman Mike's in the chat right now. Shout out to him. Shout out to Aaron Braden, April Darkness, Jack Grant, Superman Mike, Godlessman69, aka Normaries, Vias Hidalgo, Lenny Kravitz, Cocktail Clay, John No H, and Sam Green, John M. And another thing I forgot to promote. Fuck, I'll do it again on Trash Told You or something, or even on the Mandalorian crew. No, that one did. Is you get a week patrons right now to vote for on GV Day. One of the things we do is Golden Geeks, where it's our version of the Oscars. We look at movies that year, make a Best Picture, Best Actor, that we do Best Scene, Best Villain, that type of stuff. The voting has begun, so I'll list off the years, and I'll do this again probably the beginning of Mandalorian. Right now we have 1979, 1986, 2000, 2001, 2006, 2007, 2008, and 2009. It's very close, so you guys only got till Saturday because we got to start. Because then after that, we're going to ask, hey, what movie do you want us to watch? And then we got to start watching because we got really only June, July because it's first week of August. We get 2 months to start watching this stuff. But yeah, go vote. It's all close. all of them have a vote for one, actually, except for one doesn't have a single vote, but all of them got some love. So yeah, there's some interesting years. That's what we'll do as far as you vote, and then we'll watch those years and see what the fucking, I don't know, cream of the crop is of that year, you know. So it'll be fun. So, and nothing past 2010, so they're gonna be, you know. These reviews make me worth watching. Thank you, Mike. That's great, because we got something has to do it, right? Something has to make worth watching that. But no, shout out Mike, and yeah, I won't say who in case it's private, but we got a very nice message from somebody on Patreon this week, and we appreciate everyone that does listen to this or all the other episodes. Again, we try our best to make this run. We got the Patreon, we got the Spreaker to keep it going and provide more content, but nothing better than someone saying like, hey, I had some really bad stuff going on these last few months. Podcasts help. Hey, my job suck, it's help. That is the best time. And even Mike's is little, but that is like the most heartwarming stuff, because we've all been there, man. Before I had a podcast and I had a job that I fucking hated, it was like, well, at least I can listen to these podcasts for a couple hours and make the day go by quick. So, yeah, we got a good stuff coming out this week. I'll quickly promote. We got you and Dylan are on side quest. Dylan returns, so that'll be fun. We got the Punisher rankings. That's going to be fun this week. Yumi and Taylor are going to be ranking all the Punisher projects, the Punishers. We're going to let ChatGPT decide who would win between all 4 Punishers. I think that's going to be a very fun thing. We got the Pirates of the Caribbean retrospective. I watched that today with the kids. That's starting this week. We got the Boys series finale. We got Mandalorian and Grogu, and then me and Kirklin will be back next week for Euphoria penultimate and another weekly geek. So it is a stuffed week coming for you patrons and listeners. So we hope you like it all. And anything to say, Kirklin?
Let's get out of here. Happy Victoria Day.
Yeah,
I think it's only a
Victoria.
BC holiday. I'm gonna keep shouting that out though.
I think so. But yeah, everybody have a good day. We will be back in the near future. Kirklin will be back in 24 hours, and I promise you it will not be.
Wait. Come here. I've got something to say.